Welcome back to Homomachina. This is a Cyberpunk Red TTRPG actual play where we follow 3-player characters and their choices throughout Night City. This is Session 2, A Way Out. I hope you enjoy. Would anybody like to give us a recap for 3 luck points? Since we do not have inspiration in this game, you can get extra luck points. Even if you have your max, each of you have a max luck point set that you can use throughout the session, and they do reset at the beginning of every session. You'll get 3 bonus on top of that you can still use. So would anybody like to do a recap for those 3 extra points?
Everyone had their own specific intro. Then we all met Rose Red at wherever the place was. She gave us the task of going to, I forget exactly what had happened at the apartment, but she gave us the task to go to the apartment to find out what has happened, and there was something specific, she didn't disclose what, that she wanted us to get or find out while we were there. Cerveau had his own side objective as well. I mean, we don't know, I don't think we know that, but got there, convinced Melanie that Fang and Lucas were a couple, showed us an apartment. Melanie started asking too many questions, got knocked out as Cerveau and Fang went to explore the rest of the area, made it to level 10. We had to kill some people to get into the room. Got into the room where whatever murder happened, and then there was a robot or something, android, under the bed that said, "Help me." And I think Lucas was the only one that heard the "help me" part, right?
Yeah, okay. So Lucas was the only one that heard the "help me." And that's where we ended last session. So you get 3 extra luck points to use during today's session. You can use those on any roll that you use. And since these are a special kind of luck point, you can use these luck points after you have made the roll and determine whether you pass or fail.
Okay, gotcha.
Can you not normally do that with luck?
With luck, you have to tell me that you're going to spend them before you roll.
And then it replaces it?
Mm-hmm. Well, not necessarily replaces it, but adds to it.
Oh, luck adds an additional. Oh, okay. Oh, okay.
Yeah. So where we're picking up is, Lucas, you're staring at this thing. You've picked up the skirt of the bed and you are staring at it, and its little mouth is lighting up as you hear. But Lucas specifically hears, "Help me." The other 2 do not hear that. Only Lucas does.
But they're in the room, right? And they see it?
They don't see it. It's under the bed. It has crawled underneath the bed. So
okay.
You all can hear it, but you can't see it. But you know where it is since you both are in the room with Lucas right now.
Well, he's really not going to waste any time. He'll just kind of look at it for a second. I mean, he's not even going to respond. He's just going to look at it for a second. And then start to reach in with his left arm, but then stop and then swap actually to reaching in with his cyber arm, which is right arm, and then just kind of pull, grab whatever's down there and just kind of pull it out from under the bed.
And you are able to pull it out. It's got some weight to it. It definitely has some weight to it, but you are able to pull this thing from underneath the bed, and now Fang and Cerveau, you can see it. It is this metallic being in a butler's suit. It's a little shorter than your normal human, but it doesn't necessarily look human. It's got a metallic mouth, just a little line that lights up whenever it's making that beep boop noise. And there is half of its head is missing. And only one blue eye is showing at the current moment. And it's starting to fade.
Is that thing a bot or a person?
Wait, are you asking me?
I'm asking whoever knows. Fang, is this your area? Is this thing alive? Is it gonna live?
Can Fang kind of like walk over and just see if she can kind of gather what type of thing it could be?
Roll me a paramedic.
Okay, so that is going to be, what do I need to do? I need a D10, right?
Yep, D10. And then you roll your base plus your level. Or not your base plus your level. Let me pull it up. If you have your base down, then you just add that. If you don't have your base written down on your character sheet, then it is your level plus your stat.
Level plus stat plus D10.
Yes.
Okay.
For paramedic.
That is going to be 22.
Ooh, okay. With a 22, you look this over, and with your medical experience and expertise, this thing is not human. It's not Borgware. It's not cyberware. This is straight up robotics. And with that 22, you notice on the bottom of its headpiece, kind of like where your head meets your neck, that little bit of a bump that you have, like right underneath it, it says Persona Craft.
So she'll quietly, like under her breath, she'll run her fingers over it, over where it says Persona Craft. She'll look up to both Cerveau and Lucas. Persona Craft mean anything to you guys? This thing isn't. It's not Borg, it's not Cyber. This is something different.
We know that name just as citizens of the city.
Depends on how much you've looked into it. Roll me concentration.
Nine.
With a 9, you've heard of the name, but you don't know much of it. It's a newer company that has escalated in their popularity over the last year or two. You know the name, you don't know much else about it.
And I'll share that. I don't know what they do, but that's the name that was on the pins on those corpos were just zeroed out in the hallway.
That's more than I know.
Same. Yeah, I've never heard of Persona Craft. Or would she have heard of Persona Craft given the, like, overlinking with, like, Borgware and...
Roll me a concentration.
Okay. 10.
With a 10, it is a little higher than a 9, but you don't know too much more than Cerveau did. You've heard a couple of commercials about them, though. They specifically work in labor services.
Okay.
Why buy when you can craft?
That's like their slogan.
Mm-hmm.
She'll quietly repeat, like under her breath, why buy when you can craft? That's all I've heard about Persona Craft. Something to do with labor. I newer on the scene, I guess.
Catchy slogan.
Stuck in my head.
Well, if he's still laying there, then Lucas would take him, try to sit him up so he's like leaning up against the bed if he can do that. And then seeing that the light of him is kind of fading, he just kind of snap in front of him, in front of his face, just to try and get his attention. Just like, you don't look all that great, Choom.
Its eye becomes a little brighter for a second, and then it just fades, and then it gets a little brighter. Don't feel good.
Yeah, you look bad. Either of you know anything about stabilizing these things so that they work?
Can Fang will try to like observe its workings with her knowledge of cyberware and installation and whatnot. What could she kind of figure out what's wrong, or?
I'll let you choose here. You can do basic tech if you want to just look at this thing and see if you can find any pieces of scrap or anything that might be of use to like basic technology. Or you can roll security tech if you want to understand this better and see if you can really put together what makes this thing run.
Okay. I like security tech, so where is that?
Security tech is one of the really fancy ones that requires a ×2.
Oh, okay.
I see it's called electronic/security tech.
Yep, electronic/security tech.
Where?
Underneath technique skills.
Fifth one down.
Oh,
Yep.
oh, there. I was literally just brushing over it. Okay. All right, so it's a D10. Okay. All right. 13.
With the 13, the best you can get, you may be able to call a techie to see if they could fix him. But this is not necessarily your area of expertise. So with that 13, you're not able to find something that would really help you in this situation.
This isn't really in my area. Could call a techie and see if they could help us out here, but I got nothing on this.
I mean, it's just warbling. I can't understand anything. I can try jacking into it, but I don't really like jacking into strange bots.
Well, that makes sense. You couldn't understand it.
It's speaking?
Yes.
It's like buzzing and whirring and
Beeps
beeping.
and boops.
Is that you fluent in that?
I'm not. I'm fluent in English.
Doesn't sound like an English I've ever heard.
Well, shit. I'm glad I'm the only one that can talk to this thing. That's great. I needed more friends, so it's great.
You seem to have a gift for it. How's Melanie?
Melanie is doing great. That was 9. That was floor 9, right? So she's downstairs.
Upstairs.
Or upstairs.
She's not going to come knocking anytime soon, is she?
No. She's taking a nap. So we're good. She was tired. She's alive. We're good.
Cool. Okay. I don't know a lot about this, but I do know those are 2 suits that we just killed. And if I know anything about Corps, they've probably got trauma team insurance, which means I don't know how much time we have here before they come looking.
All right. I assume this is the thing that Red wanted us to find, right?
I guess we got footage of the apartment.
Can I look around the apartment, make sure the camera's on, and also use scanner?
Ooh, okay, yes, use scanner.
8.
With an 8, in this room, the only thing you can jack into is that bot.
Okay, I don't see anything else in the room, so I guess I'll just try to capture the scene a bit. I mean, it's mostly just blood and guts, right? I'll just walk around a bit, trying to capture it all. Get a clear shot of this bot, too.
And the bot just looks at you and tilts its head as that light is just slowly becoming dimmer and dimmer.
Should we take it with us?
I would imagine if this was our objective, then I guess so.
Is this
Then-
what the client wanted?
We weren't given specifics as to what we were getting, right? It was just, there's something here and find it.
Your mission was to record it.
Record it.
Get footage of whatever was in this place. But you were never asked to retrieve anything, just to film it.
Okay, give me half a minute, and I'm going to jack into this thing.
You're jacking into the bot?
Hell yeah.
All right. You want
There's got to be another way to say that.
Do you want to explain how you jack in?
I think everyone can visualize it, but no, it would be similar to how Cerveau did with the vending machine, and he's got his cyber arm on his I think I said it was his left arm, and he'd find the port wherever it is and plug his cable in.
All right. You're able to plug that cable in. And again, do you have your goggles on?
I will put the goggles on for this because I need to be aware of my surroundings.
All right. You have the goggles on. So like almost like an overlay. It's almost everything just drops and then comes back up with these red pixels. And the only reason you can see part of the meat space is because of those goggles. But everything becomes pixelated in those red pixels. And you are on the first floor of this bot. What are you doing?
I'm going to use Pathfinder first, try to reveal the framework.
Roll me interface.
So if I want to use a point of luck, I just tell you right now, and then use another D10 and add it to the total.
So how points of luck work? Before you roll, before you see what the number is, you tell me how many points of luck you want to spend.
Okay, never mind. It's too late because I already see it. I rolled a 6.
You rolled a 6. You're getting blocked by something. You know that whatever's on this floor is a password and you can't get past it.
Okay, second action, I'll boot up Worm, and then third, I'll use Backdoor, and Worm adds 2 to that.
Okay, go for it.
11.
11 was enough to get past the password as you see this solid door that's in red pixels just go down. And you see the elevator door to go to the next floor.
But I don't see what's on it now.
Did you go down?
No, because there might be bad stuff. I guess I'll go down. Yeah, why not?
All right, you go down to the next floor. Nothing dangerous on this floor. but you see almost like an old school floppy disk spinning, as this is a file.
I would like to use ID on it.
Go ahead
Roll
and roll
interface?
interface, yep.
8.
All right, and 8. You know that this file is information on the product.
Copy.
Do you read it?
No, I just want to make a copy of it.
You make a copy.
Sorry, I meant copies that make a copy, not like copy that.
Yeah, so you're making a copy, but you don't read it yet?
Nope, I don't read it.
All right, what do you do now?
I am going to use Pathfinder again.
Go
I
for
think
it.
I have, this is a new turn, right? So 2 actions left. Pathfinder. 10.
With a 10. You know the next 3 floors. And they are not pretty. Next floor is a killer. Floor past that, Sabretooth. Floor past that, it's a control node.
Okay, I'm gonna... Oh. How many net actions do I have left? 1 more? And then I'll boot up Eraser. And then I don't know if anything's happening. It's been like 6 seconds. I don't know what's happening in meat space.
We'll say you're able to get up Eraser. Go ahead and roll for Eraser.
Eraser's just the program. My next action would be Cloak.
Okay. Eraser and Cloak are not the same. So we'll allow
Yes,
you to
right.
go ahead and do your next 3 net actions if you're wanting to Cloak and then Jack out.
Yeah. So I'll do Cloak. I'm going to add luck to this. I haven't rolled yet.
How much luck do you want to add? You have, I think, 8 points?
I'll use 2 points of luck then.
So you're using 2 points of luck.
Yeah, so I roll interface plus 2 for Eraser plus 2 for luck. 10.
All right. That is with your luck. I will keep note. And then what are your next 2 net actions?
I will Jack out.
You're able to Jack out, and everyone else sees Cerveau kind of come to, even though he can still see the meat space.
There is some serious security on this thing. I kind of want to take it with us, but I can't tell if they can track it or not. I wasn't able to get that deep.
Well, if they can, that would be a problem if we take it.
I agree, yes.
Considering that they just seems like they just shot it and left it, doesn't seem like they want it.
Maybe they don't want what's on it to come to light. If it still exists, they might not appreciate that, though.
Yeah, they could have been coming to get it. GM question.
Mm-hmm.
Just a reminder, when Fang and I came downstairs, the corpse were outside of the hallway moving towards the room.
Yeah, so it's almost like they were just past the stairway where you all saw them walking towards the door you needed to go to. They very much had that's the room I'm going to.
Can I infer, though, that they had not been in the room yet?
Ooh, all right. Let's roll deduction.
$12.
With a 12, you get the sense that they had not been in the room yet, especially since they were talking about doing their job and going to Club Atlantis afters.
Okay, so recollecting that, I'll say, I don't know if those suits did that to this thing. Fang, when you and I got down here, it looked like they were on their way to the room. Now, maybe they did it and left. Maybe whoever's blood this is did it in self-defense. I don't know.
With your 12, you specifically heard the gunshot go off when you all were fighting outside. That gunshot happened in the room.
So wait, I think I'm mixing my stories up, Chooms. I think maybe they did shoot it. I don't know. I had a lot of cactus juice this morning.
Happens to the best of us. Okay. Whatever. I say fuck it. Let's just take it.
Yeah. We can ditch it if we have to.
Sounds like a plan to me. I wouldn't mind studying it over. Never seen anything like this.
All right. Well, then Lucas would take his cyber armor again, grab it, I don't know, like by the collar, any place that's easy to grab, and just start dragging it outside. He's not being particularly gentle, but he's just dragging it.
And since you specifically said you're not being gentle with it,
I take it back.
Its light's fading, but you hear, "No more. Please, no more."
No more what? No more life? No more pain? I'm dragging you. Are you... What do you want?
It doesn't know how to answer.
He's going to start dragging it slower.
And as you're dragging it, the light starts to just fade from its eye. And it just goes slump as you are dragging it.
God damn it. I think I killed it.
I think it might have been the gunshot, but I don't know.
Fang, you would know with that roll from earlier, your paramedic, that this is a fatal injury. It took a bullet through the back of its skull.
I don't think it was you, judging by the bullet through its head.
All right. Well, do we still want the scrap, or now we good just to leave it? You can't get anything from it if it's deceased, can you?
Well, this is new tech. I don't even know how I would work it into anybody. New tech to me.
I kind of want it. If they wanted it that bad, it's got to be something.
You'd pick it right back up again and start dragging.
And I can take it. I know we just met this morning. I don't want to compromise anything, but
It's fine. I'm just here to do a job and get it done. So, however we agree to do that, I'm good with that.
Let's take it and go. We're running out of time. We got a Delta.
Can I look around the room before we go? I'm specifically looking. I know I didn't see any on my scanner, but visually, do I see any like home security system cameras, anything like that?
You are in another room, so I will allow you to do scanner again in this room since you're leaving the bedroom. See if you get a higher roll in that. If you don't, then roll perception.
Okay. There wouldn't be any cameras in the bedroom. That'd be weird.
They could have been a freaky couple.
There were cameras in the hotel. At least in 2077 there were.
Ugh. Ugh. Okay, interface I got a 13.
With a 13, you do see a couple access points. You see one behind the television to hook into that, and you also see a small little security camera in the far back corner of the living room, and it is specifically pointing towards the door, almost like in case something happens, they had some kind of like security system set up just to, like a home security. You get the sense this is not a part of the hotel subnet. This is just specifically something that they have.
I know we gotta go. I really don't want anybody to know we were here. I can try to. We're in a hurry. I'm just gonna pull out my gun and shoot the camera.
All right, you were able to shoot the camera, and that goes off from your gun as you do just shoot it, and that way you're able to destroy it in hopes that no one can get any access or any information from that camera.
Can I shoot the access point behind the TV as well?
You have a 2 rate of fire, sure.
Brat, brat.
Yep, you hear the gunshots go off. And at this time, your phone goes off, Cerveau.
I'm a little busy. Can I just peek at it?
It is rose red.
I don't know my answer calls at work, but this is our employer. I'll pick it up. I guess we're continuing, and I'll light motion like we can continue out of here.
And as you all are continuing and Cerveau answers that phone, you all can hear her. She is not happy at this moment. And you just hear her yelling at Cerveau. You've really done some gonk shit now. Trauma team's on their way. Those execs had insurance. Cerveau, you killed execs. They have insurance. You know better than this. The NCPD is probably on the way now too. Delta, out of there quickly or you may end up zeroed and I can't help you.
She's questioning our methods a bit. I'll smooth things over. We probably need to get out of here though.
Did you say that before you hung up or after you hung up?
I hung up first.
Yeah, what the hell, Cerveau? That was fucked up. You just killed those people.
I only remember shooting them.
I missed most of my shots, so
Things happened. Lives were lost.
Well, we got a Delta, so where we could try going down where we threw those bodies. Maybe there's like a fire exit.
Fire exit's not a bad idea. Garbage chute, that's a long fall.
Yeah, we are on the 10th floor right now?
9.
9th, yeah. Close enough. It doesn't really matter at this height.
1 less floor?
Yeah. I'll tell my knees that when we land.
I could get you some new cyber needs.
I forgot you could do that, yeah.
You can go first, Cerveau, and you just let us know if you survive. How about that?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I'll give it a try. I'll head to the... Is there a fire exit on the floor? Do I see a fire exit door?
You see the staircase, which is the fire exit. But there's not like an outside fire exit. But there, you know that there is the chute where all the garbage goes, and then the fire exit would be the staircase next to the elevator.
All I know of is the staircase. I'm not comfortable jumping down a chute. This thing might fall apart at the bottom. I mean, there's other people that live here. What if we just sort of, make our way out like nothing happened?
Well, we're carrying a robot.
Without our tour guide.
Oh, yeah.
And I will say, you all start to hear...
Alright, well, fire exit.
Yep, let's go.
Okay.
All right, so you all are heading down the fire exit, which is the staircase, which you all know the staircase does lead to the main lobby. All right, so you all head down the stairs. You're on floor 9, and as you all are walking into the staircase, you hear the elevator door open. As you all are closing that door behind you, you're able to start going down. How do you all want to do this in the main lobby? Are we just trying to sneak out while carrying this big hunking piece of metal? How are y'all doing this? Because y'all kind of just dragging this little robot behind you, and he's just going clunk, 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 clunk down each of these stairs.
Because he's almost like human sized, right? Just a little shorter. So like what, like 5 feet?
Yeah, about 4.5, 5 feet, give or take.
But he's dressed like a butler. And the only visible injury is to the head?
A big gunshot wound to the head where his circuits are sticking out.
Okay. I might have an idea. I don't know. I'm assuming we're walking down the stairs as I'm saying this. Is it fair?
Yes. Roll me a perception check as well.
All of us?
Yeah, you all can roll me a perception check.
Is it if you roll up, let's hypothetically, if someone were to roll a 1 and then roll another 1, it just stops. You don't roll another die, correct?
Yes, so you just you roll the 1 and then you take the d10 and then you subtract that. So technically you only take 1 off of the original roll.
Yeah, it's good to know for future reference.
Mm-hmm.
And definitely not right now.
17.
9.
If I can find where perception is, I'll let you know.
Awareness skills, first block.
7.
One down. 7. Alrighty. So Lucas, Cerveau, y'all don't notice anything. Fang with that 17. As soon as Rose Red called, a few moments later, you notice all of the cameras start shooting straight up. And you hear this little... Everywhere y'all are walking, cameras are starting to go up.
She will point that out. Looks like we're being covered. As she points to the camera that's like actively moving up.
That's helpful.
Right, but there's still 2 people, 1 person in the lobby. How many were at the desk again? Because it was Melanie and was it one other?
There was Melanie and the other guy that was there. But you don't know if they've had a shift change since you've been up here or not.
Okay, I got a wild idea. Put this thing, I'm going to take my tracksuit jacket off. And I'm going to put it on the bot. I'm going to pull the collar up high. And I'm going to say, okay, Lucas, I'm going to give it a piggyback ride. If you want to put it on my back and drape its arms over me.
Okay, and he does that.
And we're just going to walk out like it's our kid brother.
We can still see the giant hole in its head, right?
I might pull the jacket up over the head. It doesn't have a hood, but it's going to look a little bit odd pulled that high.
Alrighty. If y'all are doing like acting like this is your kid brother, I'm gonna need an acting role from all of you.
Well, as we're making our way down the stairs, does this sound like a decent plan? All things considered.
It's one more plan than I had, so...
I was thinking we could pretend that it was someone that needed help and we were going to take him back to Whitechapel. But we could go with yours too?
No, I like that better. That's a lot better actually than I mean, I could still do the back thing. I could try to like cradle it.
Make it seem like it's someone that's passed out. And I need my tools, but they're back at Whitechapel. So we gotta get over there.
Yeah, that's a good idea. I could drape the jacket over its head. I'll switch it up and I'll go like a 2-arm front carry.
We gotta go, so
All right, so if y'all are acting like this is an injured person, I need you to Cerveau roll a conceal for me to see if you can conceal its face well. And then everyone else, I need you to roll an acting, including Cerveau as well.
Oh no. What about persuasion?
I think this one's specifically acting.
No, yeah, I'm just
9 for conceal.
Okay.
11 for acting.
11 for acting.
15 for acting.
15 for acting. Alrighty. So you all are able to make it down the stairs. And again, since it's been pointed out to you, everywhere y'all come in contact with the camera is starting to point up. You all open the fire door and you start to walk into the lobby. And as soon as that door opens, you see at the main door, or at the main counter, the guy from earlier in his uniform. Melanie has not come back. So he is holding the front. And he is being asked questions by 4 lawmen currently. And you see their ground cars with those sirens going off in the front of the building. And what are y'all doing?
I'm heading straight for that elevator that we came up from the garage, and not looking around. No eye contact with the concierge or the police.
I'd say Fang would be acting the same way, just very.
All right, we're doing the same.
All right. 4 lawmen and the concierge. Alrighty. And then the last one. The concierge hears the door open and his eyes just kind of go wide. And then he looks very puzzled, as the conceal for this was a 9. And y'all went up with Melanie, and Melanie's not here. But he's just, like, you can see his eye twitching, like he doesn't quite know what to do, because he is getting grilled currently by a lawman, and that lawman specifically did not notice you. But the other 3 heard the click, and they turn around. Where do you think you're headed?
We gotta get help. Just we gotta go. I don't have time for this. We gotta go.
Yeah,
And then she's gonna start walking.
I'll just throw in, like, we heard gunshots. We got to get out of here.
I'm with them.
Roll me persuasion. As they are dead set looking at you right now. At least 3 of them are.
I'm going to add 2 more luck points.
I'm gonna add 2 luck points.
Add 2 luck points, 2 luck points.
I'm rolling too.
Yes, everybody's rolling.
Okay. Sure.
I got a crit.
So wait, I add 2 points to my total?
Add 2 points to your total.
$16.
16.
19.
19.
25.
25.
Oh shit!
I got a crit.
And what was yours again, Fang?
16.
16. One just kind of nods. Okay. And then turns back to talking to the concierge. But two of them just look at Fang. They nod. And they watch where you go.
She'll just give him a wink, and then she'll continue walking.
Alrighty, and you all are able to continue walking. And you're going straight to the combi? Or are you all going somewhere else?
While in the elevator, Lucas would take out Melanie's keys and just hold them in front of Fang, like, you don't have a car, do you?
No, I don't know how to drive one.
Oh. Cerveau, do you have a car?
No, I just take the metro.
You know how to drive one, though, right?
It's been a while. I can figure most any tech out.
Alright, well, I need to hand over the keys, just gift for Melanie.
She got real generous and real quiet.
She dropped them, I forgot to give them back, so.
So you just giving her car away.
We need it more than she does right now.
I'll take the keys.
Alrighty. And since you are taking the keys, how are you all splitting up here? Are you all staying together? Or are you splitting up? Because right now you have 2 cars and a dead bot.
Either you want this bot, I can take it off your hands if you don't want it. Or Fang, you actually wanted to take it back to Whitechapel.
I can look it over while I'm there, see if I can learn anything about it, but I can't jack in and do the tech stuff.
Maybe we can meet up at some point and do that when things get a bit quieter. I'm going to start... Is there a fob on the keys?
There is.
I'm going to start hitting it, see if I can see where the car is. I'll do the whole, like, chin trick.
Roll me perception.
Seven.
With a 7, it was pretty low. Hers is on the first floor, and you just hear the car going off like that noise that it does. And this is a nice little black coupe. It's convertible.
Well, if you want to take it, just follow us as we leave.
Yeah, sure, let's do that.
All right.
I'll go to the coupe. The coupe, as they call it in Pacifica. Do you want me to take the bot? You want the bot?
You keep it and just follow us. And then Fang will follow Lucas.
One more thought. I don't know if we have to badge out of this place or not.
Lucas
We'll see
would
when we get there.
hold up Melanie's badge as well. She dropped a lot of things.
Oh. You're a great finder today.
And then Lucas would just go back to his combi as well.
All right. So correct me if I'm wrong here. Cerveau is going to Melanie's car. Lucas and Fang are going to the combi. Who has the bot? Cerveau?
I think I was carrying it, yeah, because I have the jacket over its head, so I'll put it in the... It doesn't really have a back seat in the coupe, but, behind the seats there.
Alrighty. Roll me a conceal if you're trying to hide it.
13.
13, alrighty. And you crank that car up, the coupe up.
It's an odd question. It don't drive if it's not cranked. Yeah, I'll crank it up.
All right, and when you crank it, it does that nice little dee-dee-dee-dee. Welcome, Melanie Sanchez. Are we going to Club Atlantis this evening, or would we like to go somewhere else?
This is some high. They must pay really well at this place. No wonder it's got all that ice. Club Atlantis sounds great.
Roll me an acting!
16.
Alrighty. This has the registered name, but it doesn't necessarily pick up on tones very well. So, alrighty. We'll head there now. And as you crank it, it puts it into auto drive and starts taking you to Club Atlantis.
Do I know where Club Atlantis is?
Club Atlantis, let me pull up the map here.
Hopefully not under the ocean.
No, Club Atlantis is not under the ocean. It is an exec party house. Club Atlantis is south of the hot zone. So you're currently in Watson. So it's taking you south of where you currently are. And you know that you need to drop off your information at Mega Building H10, which is on the north side of Watson. So you were going the opposite direction, as this car is now starting to take you out of the garage.
I'll let it leave the garage.
Alrighty. And we're going to Fang and Lucas. Y'all are able to get into the combi. No one's bothered it with that stealth check y'all rolled last session. So it's good. It's still where it's at. It doesn't look like anybody's touched it or bothered it. What are you both doing?
What level were we on? Again, we were pretty low in the...
Y'all are like on floor 1 where it starts to become floor 2. So y'all aren't too far down. You managed to find like a utility truck and park next to it. So you're not all the way in like -3.
Okay, and then are we able to see Cerveau start to leave?
Roll me perception as y'all kind of split and see if you all can hear or see Cerveau leaving as you're going to get the combi, because y'all told him to follow you. And right now he is actually leaving first.
I can roll perception too.
Yes, both of you.
Okay. 14.
15.
Alrighty, I'd say both of you here. Welcome, Melanie Sanchez. As he cranks the car up, and then you all do turn around and see the car leaving. And Cervo's not driving.
That's fine. I told him to wait. Okay.
Oh.
Guess we'll just do it on the fly again.
Preem. Fucking Preem. And Fang will get into the car.
And then I guess if Cervo's leaving as quick as he can, he's gonna try and go follow.
Alrighty. Since you are driving, I am going to need a drive land vehicle skill from Lucas.
Math. 20.
20. Nice. So you're able to get going. This garage, and for Cerveau as well, does not require a badge out. So it pauses, waits for it to open, and then it goes. But Cervo's not going the way of Mega Building H11. Y'all don't know where Cervo's going. Cerveau.
As soon as we get out of the garage, I'd like to say, you know, it's a lovely afternoon. I wouldn't mind driving a bit. We'll switch to manual.
Are you certain? Did you learn how to drive recently?
Yeah, it's really rather simple. It's just the pedals and the wheel and yeah.
Your wish is my command, Melanie Sanchez. And then it immediately lets go of the gears.
I'll grab the wheel and put on the accelerator.
Roll me drive land vehicle.
$11.
It takes you a bit, but you are able to get a hold of the steering. And it's almost like you're driving the best way to describe it is you're driving a stick for the first time, even though this isn't a stick. And it just kind of goes up noise as you manage to take a hold of the controls and start driving. Where are you headed? So that way Fang and Lucas know where to go.
I'm going to head to Mega Building H10, and I'm going to call Lucas on my agent.
You do not have Lucas's phone number.
I'm going to put in 10 digits and hope it's... No, that's a good point. Okay, I'm going to call Rose Red.
Alrighty, you're able to call Rose Red, and she immediately picks up.
Appreciate the help back there. We are coming in a little bit hot. We've got some odd tech with us, but we'll get rid of it. But we did the thing.
A little bit hot. You're really fucking hot. And as she is saying this, Lucas and Fang, you all are pulling out of the garage. And as soon as you pull out, the two cops that looked at you, the two badges that were looking at you, went to their car, and they're just sitting there waiting for when you pull out. What are you doing?
You look at Fang. For more than just the reasons we have here, I don't like cops. I would like to not be stopped.
So you just want to keep going?
I don't know what would be the best case right now.
I don't know. I feel like it would be worse if we didn't stop, right? Because then they'd follow us back to H11. But
Okay, we can try to we'll try to talk our way out of it first. Yeah.
sure.
All right.
Oh God, Prima.
So you all are waiting for them to walk over?
Are they actually like making their way? Like, are they telling us to stop, or are they just?
They are
Kinda-
it's kind of like a situation where they've turned on their signals and they're waiting for you to pull over. But it's almost like that split moment. You have a choice of what to do here. For just a split
Okay.
second. So what is our decision?
I think the decision is just stop.
All right. We'll do that.
Okay.
Yeah, so we are outside the parking garage right now, correct?
Yeah, you all have just pulled out.
Gotcha.
Fang's gonna.
Roll me. There is something specific for this. There actually is something specific for this. Roll me a wardrobe and style.
I put points into that. Not a lot, but. Oh, that's a 10. Okay, I'm like a 0. Okay.
You just crit.
Oh, cool! I crit.
Means you get to roll another d10.
Okay.
I like your shirt. I just noticed that too.
Thanks. Okay. 24.
Alrighty, 24. So, as you all pull over, one of the badges gets out of the car and then makes his way, almost like with a superiority complex, as he walks over. NCPD is not known for being nice. NCPD is very much like, you do something for me, I'll do something for you. You can buy them out very quickly in Night City. And he walks over and he's making his way towards Lucas's door. And he just knocks on your window.
You just stare at him a second, waiting a little extra long just to roll down the window, but eventually you'd roll down the window. Just a crack, not all the way down, but just evening.
We're going to need both of you to come in.
For what?
Well, you apparently went up to floor 10, left your concierge up there, and then we heard gunfire, so you were a suspect at the moment.
That does look really bad, doesn't it?
It does. Now, if you would please get out of the car.
Fang's gonna lean forward in a way to kind of like push them girls out.
And with your 24, his eyes immediately go there.
And she'll just kind of, very like, we were just passing by. We were trying to get out of there. We didn't want to get injured. Like this is a brand new shirt. I don't want to get it dirty.
Roll me persuasion.
$18.
He crit failed and got a 0. So yeah, his eyes are just in one spot. Lucas, you don't exist anymore.
That's fine.
That makes sense. I would want to, and he's just kind of babbling a little bit.
She'll just like very like kind of like just down her neck a little bit, just to kind of like further fluster him some more. Just gently drag her fingers down her neck. So, yeah, we just, we were just passing through. Just had to get out of there.
He pulls out his walkie-talkie. They were just passing through. They had nothing to do with this. And then you hear over the radio again. Can't you think with anything other than that head? Like, can you not do anything else properly? I don't think that they were involved. One of them was carrying a body out. Do you see the body? And he's still just staring straight at the girls.
She's holding eye contact. If he ever looks up at her eyes, she's got like the bedroom eyes on.
And he does eventually meet her gaze. Lucas does not exist. Do you have a body?
You're looking at it.
He gets really, really red. Then he'll write something down on a ticket sheet, just stick it through the window, and leave.
Yeah. Hey. And Fang's like shaking just a little.
Okay, that worked really well.
Thank you.
You must have done that before. That's not the first time.
Sometimes when you need to get something, there are special ways to go about it. It helps. Listen, You don't gotta know, all right?
You know what? You're right. I don't need to know. Just puts it back in drive to go.
Can she that ticket? Can she take the piece of paper and see what's on it?
He wrote his phone number and asked you out to dinner.
She's gonna hold up the paper to Luke. Looks like I got plans tonight.
Best of luck. He seems infatuated with you, so.
She's gonna laugh. She's not like seriously considering it, but she's gonna fold it up and just tuck it in her pocket.
And you will notice that the sirens behind you have stopped. They have pulled out and they're heading back to the mega building H10. And roll me perception. Both of you.
Both of us are just kidding.
Yeah. 10.
We're consistent. We got 15 again.
15. So Fang won't see it, but Lucas will. You just see a hand go across to the driver's seat, like somebody just slapped the guy, like, what the fuck? As they are heading back, because you two were murder suspects. And he's just like, oh, cool, that's fine. And just kind of left. So while all this is happening, Rose Red is still on the phone with Cerveau, and she is like just letting it out. Like, they have your information. They know what you look like. They're looking for you. Like, this is more than just a little hot.
First, GM question. Do I recall where we're supposed to drop this camera off at?
Camera goes to the keyboard drop box outside of Mega Building H11.
And H10 is where we came from, right?
Yes. H10 is on the south side of Watson. H11 is on the north side.
Is that also where Rose Red is in H11?
Rose Red is in the upper marina.
Okay. Okay, so I'm heading to the north into H11. I'm going to drop this thing off. Red, I don't know what you knew about this job. I'm assuming not a lot, because I don't think there's any way this wasn't going to be hot. I just can't really explain right now. Maybe I can in person. We just got to try to shake some of this heat. I think things are pretty quiet. You know, not quiet. I take it back. I misspoke. Like, where I am, things are relatively calm in this little sphere of the car I'm in.
And where exactly are you, Cerveau?
I'm on my way to drop off this camera.
With heat on you.
I look behind me. Is there anyone following me?
There's no one following you, but you quite literally don't see your friends following you either.
I seem to have lost the heat and my team.
You were supposed to not scare them away or let them get caught or
Is there like a underpass or overpass I can like pull under or anything? Somewhere I can pull off the road and still see the road?
Yeah, we'll say you can.
I'll do that. I'm just going to let them catch up. They'll be here in a minute. They're both very resourceful. You've outdone yourself again assembling this excellent team, and all will be well.
You owe me money for the netrunner I had to hire. And then she hangs up.
I thought I was the netrunner she hired. Well, while I'm sitting there, I'm gonna make a copy of the file on the camera.
Alrighty, and you're able to do that. And while you're making a copy, you get a ding on your agent, and it is both Fang's and Lucas's phone number.
Is it from Rose Red?
Yeah, and it's got a big fuck you on it right now.
That's an odd number. I'll send them both a message. Just says I'm on the route to H11. I'll see you.
All right. And you're able to and you're able to make a copy of that file that you got off of the bot. Did you want to look at it?
I do. While I'm sitting there, yeah.
While you're sitting here. This file is just a description of what that bot is that is sitting in your back seat. Model number B0811975178. Registered to M. and Barrett Long. Product of PersonaCraft.
Okay. That's all it says, just model number and who's it registered to?
Yep, that's all it says.
Okay. And that's the copy I made from the bot. And then I also have a separate copy of the video, right? Because that's what I wanted to make a copy of while sitting there.
The copy of the video. Oh, got you.
As in,
yes.
like, Rose wanted a copy, and I wanted to make that while I had a chance before I drop it off.
Yes, you were able to make that copy for her of all of the footage that you were able to get. Is there anything else you wanted to do with that footage, or do you just want to make a copy of it?
Just make a copy of it, and then prep the camera for drop-off.
You got it. And while that's happening, Lucas and Fang, what are y'all doing?
So what was it again that Cerveau messaged us?
I said, I'm en route to H11. I'll see you.
Sure.
You sent that to both of us?
I did, yeah. If there's group messaging.
Yes, you can have a group message, and that way you can name it whatever your group's name will be whenever y'all decide what that'll be.
Gonk team. Mega gonks. Well, all right, I guess we wrap this up. Put this all behind us. God, never wanted a drink so bad.
Well, I know a place after that. I know the bartender. He makes really good drinks. So you could invite your lawman too.
And she'll just kind of, she'll have this face of just kind of like, not like disgust, but like, just like not interested.
All right, bad suggestion. I take that back.
Oh no, do I want to get involved with the lawman?
He loved you, so
It's the first time seeing me. I feel like love is a little. Well, and then she'll look down. I mean,
all right, love might be strong. He was feeling something, though. That's all I'm gonna say.
true. Whatever. Let's just wrap this up.
Yeah, Lucas will kind of like take the long way back to the place, just being sure they're not being tailed, making 4 right turns, just going completely around the block to be sure, not being followed. And yeah, then eventually making their way back.
Alrighty. Roll me a perception check while you are just making sure you're not being followed, doing those 4 right turns, doing circles around the block.
You would think I could know. Okay, there it is. 26.
26. All right. As you're going around the block, you do see where the trash chute is. And there are 3 trauma team specialists near the garbage chute, trying to find the execs that went through. And they are just a bloodied mess in that little alleyway. And it looks like trauma team is trying to figure out a way to revive them, but it looks like they just can't. And then they're just like, not my fault, not my problem. And they just leave the bodies where they're at.
Little smile would come over Lucas's face, like, thank God.
Insurance, yeah. And then as you all are making your way to Mega Building H10, Lucas and Fang, do y'all have the radio on?
I mean, he probably had it on before getting to our meeting area. I don't know if he would have had it on for the drive to the apartments.
Okay. You want to roll for it, see if it's still on or not?
Sure.
5 or less is on. Above is off.
Well, I chose the D10 that rolls 10s every time.
Hey! All right, so yeah, that means that the radio would not be on. So you all are sitting in silence. Is there anything you wanted to talk about while you are going to Mega Building H10? 11.
So this bar, say they got good drinks?
They have the best. Oh, what was the name of it again? I'm blanking on it off the top of my head.
The Afterlife.
Afterlife. That's what it was. Yeah, it's called the Afterlife. I've known the bartender there for a little while now. Oh, a little while now. His name is Graves.
Graves. All right. Well, hopefully he can make a mean drink, because I'm going to need one.
Well, if he likes you enough, he might even make you a special drink.
Oh. She'll kind of stick out her chest just a little bit.
Okay,
Probably
well,
do that.
if it worked once, I'm sure it'll work every time.
Listen, it's a hidden talent. I'm learning stuff about myself today.
Hidden talent. All right, yeah. Very open with your talents.
You gotta be in Night City to get what you want.
Well, fair enough. You know more of the city than I do, so.
Yeah. And then she'll just lean back and just kind of look out the window.
Alrighty. And you two are able to make it to Mega Building H10, or 11, if you want to call it Mega Building H10. Cerveau, is there anything you're doing on the way to Mega Building H11?
GM question. Would it be metagaming if I decided to turn on the radio?
No, I'd say Melanie has hers on.
Yeah, she seems like she'd have it on. Especially if she's not driving herself. She's probably just sitting there rocking out.
And with that radio being on, a song ends, and then it picks up with, "This is Elementa P with N54 News. Today we're interviewing Isaiah Rhodes. So let's see what Isaiah has to say today. He's actually running for mayor, if you did not know. He's supposed to be the mayor of Night City. So let's see if this makes it to where he actually will win or not." And then you hear like a little bits and pieces of a conversation, and it goes into, "So why do you want to be mayor? What makes it so exciting? What makes you think you're going to help us lead Night City into a better tomorrow?" And then this old, distinguished voice comes through the radio. "I'm running for mayor to flip the script. No more backroom deals, no more empty promises. We'll build a Night City where the people come first, where your safety comes first, where your future is our priority. We'll make Night City a better place together, for your family and for mine." You heard it here from N54 News. Isaiah Rhodes is planning to change the game of Night City. Will he win? Stay tuned over the election season to find out. It'll then cut to a music break. And on your screen says N period Y period P period. NYP by Settling the Score.
Ever heard of this band before? Or this artist?
This band has 4 members. They're an upcoming band, but they've taken off in popularity in the last year or so. And this specific song, roll me a concentration check.
11.
This song, it's kind of newer, but as you listen to it, NYP stands for Not Your Puppet.
Great. We got another talking head promising to turn this cesspool around. And then another post-hardcore punk band acting like there's something. And I'll pull out of where I was parked and keep heading towards the mega building.
Alrighty. And you are able to make it to Mega Building H11 where, yes.
I don't want to go all the way to it. Can I, about 2 or 3 blocks away, park on the side of the road, like parallel parking? Wait, let me rethink this. I have a mechanical body in my car. I'll go to the mega building first. I'll hold that thought. I'll go to the mega building first.
All right, we're holding that thought, and we're all going to Mega Building H11, and I will say you all get there right around the same time. So where are we parking, and how are we going to this drop box?
Where's the drop box at the building?
It's like at the front door.
I will park as close as I can get to it on the street. And I'm just going to message the group saying, making the dead drop now.
And then if you said that we're also at least close by, yeah, Luke's would be careful where he parks. He'd park down the street a little ways, like so he can see the door, see the drop box, I guess, if it's visible. And then, yeah, just kind of hanging back a couple, maybe 500 feet from the door, if that's far enough away.
Awesome. And what about Fang? What you doing?
Well, Fang is still in the car with Luke. So she'll just be keeping an eye out on Cerveau.
Alrighty. You are able to keep an eye out on Cerveau. Roll me a perception check, the 2 of you.
$13.
21.
21. Alrighty, I will keep that in mind. Cerveau, you just walking up and putting it in the box?
How close can I park to it?
You can park just about as close as you want to. There's a little spot that's open right in front of it.
Any other cars around?
It's probably about let's say 2 in the afternoon now. And you're starting to get a little drizzle as that acid rain is starting to come in for this evening. But it's no busier than normal, but there are people around.
Cars and people?
Yes.
Okay. I'm just going to get out of the car and lock it and walk up and enter the code for the correct box. Place the camera and was there anything else in the box or is it empty when I open it?
So what it looks like, you're able to go up to Mega Building H11, and it's got like a big 11, like just posted on the outside and on the top of the building. But there is a bright yellow keyboard drop box outside the building, outside the front door. It is a touch screen, and when you get up to it, a little prompt pops up. Picking up or dropping off?
Dropping off.
You click that, and then it just says code.
Hit back. Can I go back to the beginning of the menu?
Yes.
Picking up.
Code.
I put in the code that Rose Red gave us.
You type it in, and it opens for you, but there's nothing in it.
Okay. I close it back.
You're able to close it back.
I'll restart and hit dropping off this time into the code.
And when you do the code, it opens again, like it's waiting for placement.
And it's just like one shared place. It's not a specific box on it that's opening.
You don't know what happens behind.
It's not like a mailbox wall. It's like just one opening, and then it takes it somewhere, I'm assuming.
Yes. So, and then you have to have the code in order to like get the material. So imagine like you put it in, it takes it somewhere, locks it away until the person who has that code comes and gets it.
It's like Gringolds. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's why I wanted to do picking up, because there might have been something in there. But I'll do drop off, and I'll put it in as we've been instructed.
You put it in, it seals itself shut, and you hear like that locking mechanism and then some whirring as it takes it off. And then on the screen, thank you, have a nice day.
I'll go back to my new car.
And as you go back to that car, Lucas and Fang, 21 and 15.
14.
14. And as you are, or as Cerveau is walking away, how well does Lucas know settling the score? Would he listen to that kind of music or no?
Yeah, I would think so.
Okay. So roll me a concentration check. Fang, you do not have to.
What was that? 16, 18.
18. Alrighty. So you both see a woman with a light pink jacket, dark skin, very beautiful pink afro walk out and head to the drop box after Cerveau leaves.
Like immediately after or after he gets back in the car?
After he is like heading to the car.
Gotcha.
Not
Okay.
quite in the car, but pretty shortly after. And Fang knows that this is Bo.
I assume that's our pickup then.
I wondered why she's here.
What, you know her?
Yeah, that's Bo from Selling the Score.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I misunderstood. All right, gotcha.
Yeah,
Friend, want to go talk or?
Fang's gonna pull out her agent and just very, very quickly send a little message to Bo. You look cute, winky face.
You see her reach back into her leather pants and pull out her agent. And she's kind of holding this little box now. And she does this like little like happy feet. But then she's like, wait. And then you see her start to like look around and she's trying to find you.
She'll roll down the window, assuming that the window is unlocked.
Yes, it's unlocked now.
And she'll just kind of peek her head out.
And Bo gives this like really, really excited wave, and then like she's wearing like stiletto high, like thigh high boots, and she just runs over to where, with her little clicky clackies on, runs over to Lucas's vehicle.
Hey, I wasn't expecting to see you here.
Hi, darling. I wasn't expecting to see you here either. What are you doing here? And who's this? Oh, is this a date? Are we going on dates?
This is not my date. This is
Lucas
Luke.
was just shaking his head. No.
Luke, Bo, Luke.
Nice to meet you.
Oh, hello there, sweetheart. And she sticks her hand over like Fang, like, and then just gives like a little head rub to Fang as she's doing this.
Reach out, shake her hand. I've heard your music. I'm a fan.
Oh, thank you. I really like playing the violin. I'm glad you like it.
You do it so well. So good.
I'm really good at banging things and people.
Oh, speaking of, I got a lawman number today.
Ooh, what did you do for that?
It's a long story, but let's just say he couldn't take his eyes off me.
She gives you an up and down. Well, I know why.
This was just like kind of shyly, just like brush her hair behind her ear. So, yeah, it's been a day. It's been a day. So, yeah, it's nice to see you though.
Oh, it's lovely to see you too. I would ask if you want to go dancing and, get drinks tonight, but kind of busy with band stuff, so I won't be able to.
That's fine. No, I think we were gonna go hit up the afterlife anyway, I think. That's what you said, Luke.
Yeah, just shake his head. Yes.
So yeah, you gotta do your band thing. Totally cream. Yeah. Just hit me up next time you wanna hang.
I always want to hang out with you. And then she just kind of skitters off and goes back into the building, and she is holding a package that you can assume that you all just delivered.
Interesting.
How did you meet her?
You know, I have a lot of connections. With Venus.
That name isn't familiar to Lucas, is it?
You can roll me a concentration check if you'd like.
I don't think it matters, the roll.
Yeah, no, you don't know what Venus is, not at all. It's a pretty name.
Yeah. Who's Venus? Venus?
It's actually, they're gangers.
Oh.
But they do good work.
Guess, I don't know. You know a lot of people.
Yeah, I mean, in this biz, a lot of people come through Whitechapel.
Speaking of, when is it that we want to head to yours? Drinks first, though, right? And then
yeah,
after?
Drinks first, yeah. Drinks for sure. Should we tell Cerveau?
I was just about to ask you that. I mean, we have what I assume is a number now, so...
I mean, I guess we should invite him, get to know him, especially if this is going to become a thing.
He does have the body, so regardless, we need that back.
That's right. I forgot about that whole thing. Right, yeah. And she will send a quick message to Cerveau, going to the afterlife, want to come.
I will reply, sure, sounds good. I gotta find somewhere to put our cargo first. I can meet you there. Am I familiar with the afterlife?
Roll me a concentration check.
14.
You've heard of it. You don't really know exactly where it is. It's not really your scene. The short circuit would be more where you would frequent. But you know enough about it.
So I'll just add address with a question mark at the end of that message.
And then,
I just asked what was the message again?
Sure, sounds good. I got to drop off our package first, or our cargo first. I'll meet you there. Address.
Oh, okay.
and yeah, Lucas would send the address. And I guess real fast after sending the address, he'd go back to that text he got from Rose Red before the whole mission, and then finally respond, doesn't matter, job's done. Just that.
And when you respond back with "does it matter, job's done," you get a response back shortly after. "I'll figure it out then. Promise broken."
He'll send back, have fun.
All right. And you do not get a response back from that. Not yet, at least. And are you two heading to the afterlife?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So you are able to make your way towards the afterlife, as the afterlife is on the north side of the Corpo zone that Johnny Silverhand decided he wanted to blow up. So it'll take you a little bit to get there. And while that is happening, Cerveau, what you got planned?
I'm gonna. Okay, GM question. Is there such a thing in this world that I would know of, like a Faraday cage that like blocks electronic communications? Like you put a device inside of it and it blocks electromagnetic fields.
Roll me a concentration check, because I have no idea what one of those are either. So we're just going to see if we have any idea.
They exist in our world. I don't know if they exist in this world. I crit. So 17 plus 4, 21.
I'd say with that crit, yeah, you know what a Faraday cage is.
Do I know where to get one? I don't think it's not something you'd have lying around.
It's not something you would have lying around, but would Cerveau know a lot of techies?
Let me do this instead. Let me message Rose Red and say, I'm heading your way. You don't happen to have a Faraday cage, do you?
Do you need one at this exact moment?
There was some tech in that room that I think you'll want to see, but I don't know if it's air gapped.
It takes her a little bit to respond, but you get a message back. Oh, buddy, you stole from... Okay. All right. Yep. Bring it here. Bring it here. We're going to figure this out. Bring it here now.
I'll head that way.
Alrighty. And you are able to make it to Rose Red's without any issue. And you're able to go up to the floor that she's on Do you knock?
Yes, I do.
She comes to the door, and it's taking you a little bit to get here. And when she opens the door, this isn't quite the rose red that you are used to. It looks like her eyes are puffy.
It's been a day, huh?
Yep. Come on.
I'm assuming I have the thing with me.
If you would have brought it, yeah. How are you hiding it?
I'm gonna do what we did before. I'm gonna sort of cradle it with a jacket draped around its head.
All right. And we're going to say no one's really paying you attention as you were able to make it up the stairs into her building, into her room. And what do?
I'll bring it in, and I'm gonna lay it on the couch, and I'm gonna pull the jacket off of it, and then just look at her.
She kind of looks at it for a bit. Oh, you fucked with Persona Craft.
I don't know how much you knew about this job. I'm thinking not much, but this was not a simple gig. And that's not just me being egotistical like usual. Those suits were on that room pretty much from the moment we got there. The window was so small for this.
You were just supposed to get a recording and get out. And you stole this?
Did you know this would be there?
I had no idea what you were getting into. I was just told to hire a team to go record and then bring the evidence back to that number that I gave you, which is a bunch of binary. Can you crack binary at all?
Player, I figured it out last time, but did Cerveau. I feel like I rolled for it and I didn't know it well enough. I can't remember.
With her asking again, and her having a lot of equipment, roll a... There was something for it. Cybertech.
Okay. Crit fail, darn. 7.
You do not know. Actually, would it be higher with your cryptography?
No, technically it's lower.
Okay.
My cybertech's actually really high.
Okay.
I just rolled a crit fail.
Well, we can figure out how to crack it. But Cerveau does not know.
I don't deal with machine language. I mean, networking is a little bit different than, coding.
Well, I don't have what you call a Faraday cage, but I can try to figure something out.
So I jacked into this thing because, look at it. It's fascinating. It's full of black ice and some really bad stuff. I mean, this is not like your run-of-the-mill sort of thing. It's got some deep security on it.
Yeah, well, Persona crafts labor services.
So this thing is like a servant. It looks like a butler.
Yeah, you go in, you purchase an item to help you. You could get them for around the house. You could get them to, some people have hired, or not hired because you're making them, have made beings to help teach and homeschool their kids, to cook and clean for them. Like it's a labor service.
I don't even like AIs, and this thing is... So why would you shoot it in the head then?
Now
that's a rhetorical
question.
question. I don't know. Well, they shot it in the head. They were on that place. And then, there's only one way in and out of that room that I could tell. I don't like to fail a job, even if it gets messy. So Well, we did what the situation called for.
Well, you got the job done. And like she does something to where you see her eyes light up, and then it's almost like this little ring of gold is echoed back in through her irises. And you get this little ping of a deposit. Each of you get this at this time. A deposit of 1,000 eddies each.
Speaking of which, and I pull out the spare memory chip that I put the copy of the video on and say, that one's yours. And I don't know who you hired to help us out there. Whatever you were going to give me, give it to them.
Oh, already done.
Yeah. Well, I appreciate it. I do. I still think I'm good. They're also apparently good. But that place was not a smooth job. That wasn't a smooth setup.
We're going to have to look into this more, and I think we just need to keep this between you and the two that were here today.
You know them well.
Thought I knew one.
That doesn't make me feel any better. They seemed both pretty straight on the job there.
She just gives a nod. And if you would like to roll human perception, you may.
I would like to. It's not great, but I would like to. 10.
Rose Red is a little bit more to the point and a little bit more, not necessarily witty, but like she fires back and like will play that game of insults with you.
She's sharp, I guess.
Yeah, very, very sharp.
Quick-witted.
Right now, something has her shook.
Okay, well, I'm going to have to jack into her to know her feelings, so I pull... No, I'm kidding. I will... So this thing, I mean, can we leave it here?
Leave it.
I don't know, maybe the other net runner that you found can do something with it.
No, I don't want to ask that of her. I will keep it here.
Okay. Well, I'm interested to hear what you and her find out. Or not her, because you said you wouldn't ask her. But, yeah. Let me know if I can do anything else for you. Pleasure as always.
Be safe out there, Cerveau.
No promises.
And she kind of actually does that sound as she just takes this piece of equipment and tries to find a place for it.
Oh, Double R, one more question. You got a screwdriver?
She's holding this thing at the moment, and she just kind of looks at you with these big red puffy eyes, drops it, and you just hear as it hits, and she goes and finds you a screwdriver and then flips it in her hand to hand it to you.
Thank you. I'll get out of your hair now.
And she's just staring at you.
I'll just sort of back out of the room with my hands up and then close the door.
Alrighty, where you go?
I want to go back down to the car. Where was I able to park? Is there a garage for this one, or what does it look like?
There's like a little garage parking section here, but the time before you parked outside the building. Did you park in the garage this time?
Yeah, if I could get in.
Yeah, we'll say you're in.
Is there anybody else around?
No, not right now.
Is there another car around?
Oh, there's plenty of cars in the garage, but no one's in there.
Okay. I'm going to find another car. I'm going to use that screwdriver to take the plates off of Melanie's car and the car beside it, and I'm going to swap them.
Alrighty. All right. You were able to swap these license plates. Well, actually, you don't have a car, so let's see if you can actually figure out how to do this or not.
If I could drive one, I gotta be able to swap the plates.
Because some plates are a little different than others, so we're just going to do basic tech.
No, I cannot fail. Come on. Oh, no, I got a critical 1. 4.
All right. Let's say you're able to halfway get Melanie's old plate onto the car. And right now it looks like it'll stick, so it's fine. And then you go to put the other one on yours. You play around with it. Again, you think it's on there okay. But it may fall off. You don't know. You have heard it's really bad not to have a license plate, though. But you have 2 friends. Maybe they could figure out how to put a license plate on for you. And one has a car.
Is it about to fall off?
Roll me perception.
11.
It looks like it might hang in there for a bit.
That's all I need. I'll leave the garage. In Melanie's car.
In Melanie's car. And as soon as you crank it again, it says, "Hello, Melanie Sanchez. Where are we headed?"
I'll drive.
And it just shuts off and allows you to have the gears.
I'll drive to where I think the afterlife is.
Alrighty, and you're able to head towards the afterlife. And while all that was happening, Fang and Lucas, are you 2 doing anything on your way to the afterlife?
Lucas has nothing specific.
I don't think so. Fang might probably just kind of talk about selling the score, maybe talk about Bo a little bit, just kind of some small talk about the band and the music, her favorite songs and stuff like that.
Indulge that. He'd just be asking questions. He's probably heard the music, is somewhat a fan, but doesn't know much. So.
All right, and you 2 are able to have that conversation, and you pull up to the afterlife, a place that has become almost like a second home for Lucas. It's starting to get busy. And this is an old morgue.
Once he pulls up, he'd waste no time, just parking and going right in.
Oh, okay. And then Fang will just get out and follow.
You're able to walk in, and Lucas, same old that you're used to. For Fang, this is built into an old morgue. So the refrigerator behind the bar is old morgue pullouts that they have taken out, cleaned out, and repurposed into a refrigerator. So all the drinks are in where old dead bodies used to be. And there are booths off to the sides, and then there's a big bar in the center with a big neon green sign that says Afterlife. And in some of the booths, there's this little stand that has this projection of just people dancing, specifically like one dancer per each booth. And one side of the bar, off to the very, very far side, is almost like a little bit of an exclusive corner. And seems like there's some important biz going on over there, as you both are able to walk to the bar, and a man in a very dark suit, so it's like a black dress-up shirt that has been buttoned. A couple buttons have been undone. Black dress pants. Really big boy. like 6.5 feet tall, real beefy. His biceps are probably the size of your heads. He's a big man. And he sees Lucas come in, and he does like the little, like he's cleaning out a glass, but he does a little towel wave, and then puts it down, puts the clean glass down, and starts making a drink for Lucas, and puts it right on Lucas's, or next to Lucas's seat that he normally sits at.
And he's just going directly there.
Well, we didn't zero.
Day's still young.
Day's still young. Hello. As he looks at Fang. And even though, like, Fang's wardrobe is very nice, very immaculate, like, the girls are out from earlier, he looks directly at your face.
Fang, she'll be looking around, and then she'll land on the guy. I assume this is Graves.
This is Graves.
And she'll kind of like look up. She's short. She's like 5'4", and you said he's 6.5.
He's 6.5 feet tall.
She'll just kind of like a little doe-eyed, like, "Hi, I'm Fang."
I'm Graves. It's a pleasure. And he holds out his hand, and his hands are even big. Like, he's a big man.
She'll very like gingerly take his hand. Just, "Nice to meet you."
He gives it a small shake. What are we looking for today? What can I get you?
You know, it was a rough day today. So, whatever you got to medicate that.
Well, we have a lot to medicate that. Are you looking for tequila? Are you looking for gin? You looking for...
Let's go. Just do something with gin.
Let's do something with gin. Alrighty, we're going to make a Spider Murphy's Web, and he starts mixing a drink together.
I assume these drinks don't cross over with Short Circuit.
No.
Okay.
All of these... So roll me a concentration check to see if you've heard anything about the Afterlife drinks.
Okay. 10.
10. So you don't know a whole lot about it, but the Short Circuit is pretty much for techs and netrunners. And this place, as you are looking around, this has like a lot of mercs in it and solos. And this looks like this is a place of, like, you want to be known here. So the Spider Murphy's Web. Spider Murphy is a name. You know that. You've heard of it somewhere. But you're not 100% certain what it is. But he starts mixing gin, blue curacao, crushed ice, takes it above his head, starts shaking it for you. And then he goes and gets something out of one of the morgue containers. And it looks like this candy floss that he fiddles with for just a second and then makes it look like a spider web and then just drops it on the top. And then hands it to you.
That's some fancy shit.
I'm good at what I do.
I'll be the judge of that. And then she'll take a sip. And then she'll make a show of it. Like she's like tasting it. She'll go like this. It's pretty good. It's pretty good.
I'm good at my job.
Did I not tell you that?
You did.
I told you it was good.
You did tell me that. He talked you up quite a bit.
He just gives Lucas like a little grin, like, ha.
How much was that?
He looks at between the both of you, shakes his head, and goes to someone else.
So
He
I
never-
take it. Oh,
He never lets me pay for anything.
oh, so I take it you come here often then.
Often enough. Familiar. More so now than what I used to, but have a bit more free time now.
Would I be able to tell that has to do with what happened about a month or two ago?
Yeah.
Okay. She'll just kind of like she'll do a little sigh and just like a very like comforting pat on your shoulder as like a yeah. It's been rough, but you know, gotta cope somehow.
This does the trick. This helps. Maybe a little too much.
Yeah, don't wanna go down that path. You know?
Yeah. You know, a lot of family members have. I've seen that happen. It's not always the funnest thing to deal with, especially when you're the one who has to deal with them.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, thank you for your business, but goddamn.
Well, you know, you're in training. Try to give you as much experience as we can.
So considerate. Thank you.
You're welcome.
But let's not make it a habit for you.
We've been good so far. We'll try not to, but promises, I can't make promises all that often, so.
All right. So, this Graves guy, he's been here a while?
Ooh, how long has it been? I forget.
He's been here since you've been here. You've never come to this bar, and he was not there.
Well, he's been here for as long as I've been coming here, and that's been, I don't even know, a few years at least. He's always here. I think he probably lives upstairs.
Oh. Okay.
You know, before taking up this bar, you know, actually, wait, before I say anything, from the experience that Lucas has with Graves, is Graves like super protective of his past, or is it just like he kind of gives everyone the same spiel of like what he did before?
How far would... So Lucas is his friend. How far would Lucas have asked?
He would have asked, I mean, to continue to make conversation, especially since he's now been coming alone. So, like, he would ask, but he would never ask with any expectation of an answer. Just whatever Graves would divulge is as far as he would take it.
Okay. So Lucas knows that Graves was a solo. One of the best. Probably should have ended up as one of the names on these drinks. But something happened 7 years ago. And he quit.
And is he super protective of that information, or does he like tell people that if they ask?
If they ask, he gives them some random, wild, iconic, legendary story every time somebody asks. And it's always different.
Okay.
So I'll let you be the judge of that.
Oh, shit. Okay.
You're the only person he's told the full story to, that you get the idea of.
Before taking up this bar, he used to be a solo. I don't think he likes talking about it too much, but I don't know what got him to change, but he's here all the time now. Doesn't do much else. That I know of, at least.
I guess, life of a solo. And I want to forget that. Just kind of take it easy now. I understand that.
He always seems to be in a good mood, so I assume he's happy with his life decisions, I would guess.
She'll just look over at Graves as he's probably mixing a drink or something and just kind of look at him out of the side of her eye. Not really say anything else.
Are you gonna try to get his number too?
She'll choke on her drink. What? No. But why? Why? Maybe.
No. Okay, well, I was gonna say I thought I was picking up on something, but so I was right. So maybe.
I mean, he's better than the lawman, for sure.
I would be lying if I didn't agree.
I feel like he'd be offended if we didn't say that.
Probably.
Yeah, I don't know. And then she'll take a sip of her drink.
Okay. Just look away and just continue drinking his drink.
And while this is happening, Cerveau, are you pulling up? Is there any stops you wanted to make?
I'll head that way. I like to park like 2 blocks away or something. Somewhere off the road if I can find like a lot somewhere.
You're able to do that. There's a little lot that you can park in, like a little parking garage.
Okay. Can I use scanner on this car, see if I can connect to it somehow?
Sure, and you use scanner, and there is a jack-in access point.
I'm gonna jack into it.
All right, and when you jack into it,
Off in my car in the corner, jacking it.
all righty, you're able to jack in, and do you have your goggles on?
Yeah, I'll put them on.
All right, you're able to put your goggles on, and it's like that pixelated overlay pops up for you, and you're on floor 1. What are you doing?
Let's run Pathfinder.
Alrighty, Pathfinder, go ahead and roll me interface.
11.
11. You're able to see that this car has 3 floors. It's a password. You got some ice. And
Damn,
you
Melanie.
have some files.
What is the name of that program? Let's run. Okay, that's actually all my things, but I'm assuming there's not like active combat right now, so I can just keep going with actions.
Yes.
Let's boot up Worm
All
and
right.
then run backdoor on that password.
All right, go for it. Interface.
14.
14. You're able to easily get past that door as that door just goes, and you see the elevator door to go down to the next floor.
Let's do it. What we got?
All right, you go down to the next floor. I need you to roll initiative.
11.
All right, 11. All righty, you said 11?
11, yes, ma'am.
It rolled a 12 for the first one. And then a 13. So you suffer its consequences immediately.
What is it?
You see, once you go down to the next floor, as you just scurry down that elevator and it opens, you see 2 ravens. And what ravens look like is in all of that black, or not black, but that red pixels, you see 2 black ravens adorned in this very shiny plate armor. And they are both carrying glowing white lances. And they both are able to derez a single defender program you have, if you have it rezzed, It will de-res it.
I don't have any defenders.
Alrighty. And then you take 2d6s. 6, 7, 8 points of damage directly to your brain.
Okay.
As they squawk and their loud little beaks open, and they start shoving these glowing white lances at you.
I'm going to jack out.
Unsafely?
No, safely.
Okay.
Use my action to do it.
You're able to jack out.
Fuck you, Melanie. Car, computer, whatever, wake up.
Yes, Melanie Sanchez, what can I do for you?
I would like you to start calling me something else.
What would
I don't like
you
the
like
name Melanie.
me? Oh, we don't like the name Melanie anymore. What would we like to be called now?
Please call me Choom.
Okay, Choom, what can I do for you?
Nothing. I'm at my destination. And I'm gonna turn it off.
Have it pleasant. As you turn it off.
I'll get out, lock the door. And start walking towards the afterlife.
Mm-hmm.
With my headache. Do I see any like unsavory looking folks along the way? What part of town is this in?
This is, so let me double check. The afterlife is in the north part of the old corporate zone and south of the upper marina. So kind of like where those two meet.
Okay. Do I see any like unsavory looking folks on the way?
Roll me perception.
Gang runner, street kid, something. That's a crit fail. 6.
You don't necessarily see anybody specifically in a specific gang or anything like that, but you see some people walking around. I mean, it's Night City. Most of the people are probably not the best type.
Okay. The next person I pass, I'm just going to say, yo, Choom, heads up. And I'm going to toss him the keys.
All right. You see the next person you pass is going to be like a adolescent boy. And
Corrupting the youth of America.
And you throw him the keys, and he catches it, and he looks at it. And he looks back at you. What gonk shit you playing?
I'm just feeling generous. Plates are swapped. She's all yours.
What'd you do to it?
I wiped it.
Fuck yeah, Choom. All right, and he just walks off. Where? And then he turns back around. Where?
Couple blocks that way. Black coupe. Can't miss it. Do the chin thing.
And he mimics the chin thing, and he doesn't quite know what you mean, because this kid has no idea how to drive.
Just hit the button with it. Your chin sort of, for some, I don't know how it works, extends the range of the fob there.
You want some kind of dwarfs or something?
Yeah, maybe.
Well, you're lost. And he just takes off.
Okay. Shedding evidence one bit at a time. And I'll continue on to the bar.
And you're able to make it into the afterlife. And you see that same view that Fang and Lucas did. And you also see Fang and Lucas at the bar. And when you're walking in, you do see a no violence sign. And underneath, violence will be persecuted.
Good. I am a pacifist after all.
And you see why violence will be persecuted behind the bar.
What do I see behind the bar?
A 6.5 foot tall big boy. Big man. Looks like he could just squeeze your head off with his arms.
I'm not into that, but good to know. Do I see anyone I know?
Yes, you do see your friends at the bar.
Do I see anyone else I know?
Roll me perception.
12.
You see some business going off in the corner. Roll me concentration.
Ooh, crit. 25.
Yeah, you see some business going off in the corner where a woman who is a little older and has like a little bit of chrome on her chest and on her face has a little bit of graying hair. She's wearing like a neon bright crop top. That is Rogue. That is the owner of the afterlife. And you know she is top tier solo. One of the only one to make it out of the whole Johnny Silverhand situation that happened in the 2020s. And you know, if you get known by Rogue, you're doing good. If you could ever get on her black books for calling a net runner, you would be set for life.
I'm just going to wave like I know her.
She pays you no mind.
I'll continue to the bar.
And Cerveau has joined the party.
What'd I miss?
Big man. Good drink.
Okay, I see the big man. I'm assuming the drinks are good.
Yeah. It's actually really good.
Did y'all catch any flack on the way here?
Not so much flack as maybe a number or two, some deets.
Yeah.
I think I've asked enough questions for one day. What are y'all having? What do you recommend?
Well, this Spider Murphy's web, I think is what he said, is delicious.
What's in that?
Gin.
I don't do gin.
Oh.
Sorry, it's a thing. No more gin.
Sure.
Sir.
And when you call him, he is talking to another client, but then turns around. He's leaning on the bar. Both arms are on there, and he turns around to you. What can I get you?
Oh, do you have anything on special?
What kind of special are we looking for?
A drink? Maybe tequila?
Okay, I have a Johnny Silverhand.
I've been kind of cursed to order that, but you know what? It's been kind of a cursed day, so sure.
Let me go make you one. He starts making a tequila old fashioned, and then puts the little 2 chilies on top. There's a little nice ice ball in the center, and slides it over to you.
Preem. I'll try it.
7 eddies.
I put it on my tab.
And what's your name?
Cerveau.
It's fine, Graves. I can cover it.
All right.
No, you don't. That's not necessary. I mean,
No, it's fine. We got a job done. I can cover it.
well, here's to you then.
And then if it's a Tuesday, I'd reach up and accept it. And then 7 eddies to Graves.
He puts it in his pocket, and it's almost like the pocket that he'll probably end up giving it back later.
I'll chug the drink.
You didn't like it.
Oh, on the contrary, I loved it. I'm just trying to catch up.
That works too. Lucas, you need anything else?
I think I'm good for the moment.
Good for the moment. And ma'am?
You can call me Fang.
And Fang?
She'll look down at her drink. It's like half full. I'll let you know.
He gives a nod and goes to the other side of the bar and starts making something.
Took you a minute to get here, Cerveau. Everything okay?
Yeah, I stopped by to see Rose. She's got the cargo, whatever it might be. I don't know what she's going to do to it, but maybe try to get into it where I couldn't. It's pretty solid.
I assume she didn't know much more than we did.
She didn't seem to. She seemed a little bit off, I guess. I've botched some jobs before. I always complete them, but I've botched a few, and she gets a little pissed sometimes. But something just seemed like she wasn't up for much talking.
Well, given what happened, I guess I'd be pissed too.
Yeah, I just normally get more insults, and she was just very sort of not understanding, but didn't seem interested in telling me all the ways I fucked up.
Lucas is just kind of looking ahead and just taking it in.
Kind of hurt considering I normally look forward to that part of the job. It's like a scorecard at the end. But I don't know, one of those days, I guess.
Scorecard, what? The more insults you get, the better?
That's how I look at it, but I wouldn't tell her that.
Well,
So you've been working with Rose Red for a while?
Yeah, a little while now. She's pretty consistent. Jobs pay well. Generally, they're pretty well planned out. This one seemed different. Kind of maybe a bit of a rush. I don't know who put it together. You know, she's just the coordinator.
I don't know. Saw something that kind of makes me think I may know, but I don't know. Just don't know why they would be involved with something like this. So, I don't know. And she'll finish her drink.
They came there just to shoot it until we ran into them. But looks like they wanted to destroy it in some way.
Yeah, why not take it with them?
it's a great question. At least I think we can confidently assume whatever is in that thing is very important. So
I got it locked down, so must be. I don't know. Rose can probably find someone who can get into it. I could if I had more time and was in like, a good setting. Any netrunner can do something from the chair. When you're in the field like that, it's a different ball game.
Oh,
yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah, you two understand. Yeah.
Yeah, pressures are high, Oops, missed an artery. Ha! Oh no.
That sounds like a big miss. Yeah.
That's a joke, right?
Yeah, totally.
Okay.
Okay. I was about to say, because I'm not feeling so great, but now, I don't know. Maybe I can have another one of these, Mr. Sir, as I look to Graves.
He turns around. You can call me Graves. Mr. Sir sounds like I'm a lot older. What would you like? You want one of those?
Yeah, sure. Another silver hand.
And he makes you a tequila old-fashioned, puts 2 little chili peppers in it.
I'm not going to pay for that one, though. That one's on you.
7 eddies.
I think I got hard eddies on me. Let me check. I do. I'll hand him 7. I'll hand him 8.
Thank you. He puts it in his little, bartender's wallet.
Oh, another spider for me, please.
You got it. And he goes off and makes your spider web. Brings it back. And he had a little bit more candy this time.
Thank you. Web was really good.
He gives like a little nod with a little smile on his face and then goes off to make another drink for another customer.
Do you need me to look you over, Cerveau? You said you weren't feeling well.
I think it might all be in my head. But I did get shot.
Do you need me to look at it?
Yeah, I mean... Yeah, is this a good environment for that? You're the expert here.
Listen, I can work anywhere.
How many of those you had?
It's my second.
Okay, that's like the sweet spot. I do better work in that area too. I get it.
Yeah. I mean, are you really going to Ripper Dock if they're not half drunk?
No, I never thought about it that way. No, I guess not. Huh.
I've never thought about that. I did not know that before.
I am joking. You know, Jax, come on.
Okay. Cerveau, you'll be fine. She's good at what she does.
I mean, y'all pulled off that job very well. So, yeah, sure. This could be the start of something special.
Beautiful, budding friendship.
Yeah, and if Rose likes you both, so, that says a lot.
She does.
I'm sure she loves us.
She didn't say anything bad about either one of you. It was mainly focused at me. It was actually entirely focused on me. So that's good for y'all.
Okay. Sure. And then she'll motion to wherever your bullet wound is.
I'll present my wounds.
Alrighty, and since we're doing this in a bar, this is going to have a -2 to your roll. But if you would roll me first aid.
Grave, splash a little vodka on it.
Or paramedic if you would like.
I'm gonna do paramedic. $22.
22. Cerveau, how badly are you hurt?
I have 30 HP and I'm missing 10. I'm down to 20.
All right, you're down to 20. So this bullet hole, it's a clean straight through. So the bullet's not in there. You could patch this up, sew this together pretty quickly. Maybe a bar isn't a great place to stitch things up, just because it's sticky and there's a lot of bacteria in here. But if you were able to get outside, get some alcohol, some sterilization stuff, you could easily sew this up.
Would I be... Would I... I don't know. Would she do that? She's gonna call or try to get Graves' attention.
He's pretty attentive, so he looks up.
Shot of vodka?
Sure. Pours her a shot, slides it down for her.
And she will dip a needle into the vodka and just start stitching it right there.
All right, roll me surgery.
$17.
All right, you do a really, really good job as you were stitching the... Are you going front or back first?
We'll start from the back and
All
work
right.
away.
So you're able to stitch up the back pretty well, get him tied off, make sure that the wound is closed. You don't have any bandages to cover it right now, but you're able to get that stitched up. And then roll me another surgery for the front half.
That is a 1.
All right, a crit fail on the front half.
14.
For a 14 on a, like, you did what, a 18?
Yes, a 17?
Was
17,
17?
18.
So
I think
even
it's
with
17.
with a 14 on a critical fail, it still looks good. Still looks good. Not as good as the first time, but you're able to get that stitching done. The pattern isn't quite as nice this time, as Cerveau is probably like, ew, ew, as you're getting
Stop being a baby.
stitched up.
I wanted to take care of it now. I can take you back to Whitechapel and we can get you fixed up.
I appreciate it. It was field surgery, but I feel better.
Just didn't want you to bleed out or anything. So, closer.
Yeah.
The sooner we have them closed, the better.
I agree. I don't have a lot of tracksuits.
And at this time, you see a little med kit slide down the bar. And it's just got like gauze and band-aids and things like that in it to cover things up. The slides to Fang.
She will look up and see who was sliding it.
Roll me perception.
Perception. 12.
With a 12, you would have seen like the last bit of Graves like sliding it down as he like went to go make another drink.
She'll smile a little bit, and then she'll open it up and continue dressing his wounds. Feel better?
Much better. Thank you. That was... I got a little bit dicey there for a minute.
It's a minute. Do you want another drink?
No, I better call it a 2.
Okay.
Can I buy you a drink for your help?
Oh no. I'm fine. I need an excuse to be here.
I'll owe you one.
Okay. Sure. Always good to have a net runner in my back pocket.
I'm one of the best ones in the city.
I will hold you to that.
Yeah. Yeah.
And at this time, one of the TVs, there's a lot of TVs in here. One of the TVs next to the bar starts playing N54 News. And it's just an update on tonight's weather as it is now starting to rain outside. And it then cuts to the interview of Isaiah Rhodes, the full interview for Isaiah Rhodes and his campaign run for mayor in Night City. And you all see that the man running, a little bit older than middle-aged, like getting into that, like older, very gray hair, very stern looking, and just kind of has like an angry look about him as you all hear that interview and then hear him saying that we'll build a night city where the people come first, where your safety comes first, where your future is our priority. We'll make Night City a better place for you, your family, and mine.
After that, plays on the TV. Luke would just finish his drink, say bullshit under his breath, and just, I don't know, turn back around to face the other way away from the TV.
Yep.
Strong feelings there?
I don't like assholes. Isaiah is one of the worst.
You know Isaiah?
Unfortunately so. That was and he says this part like a little quieter, but he's really not trying to like keep it a secret or anything. But he looks at Fang's like, that is Andrew's father. So Cerveau would hear that too, but he just says it quieter.
fuck him then.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that's just another gonk in a suit promising what they always do. And either he'll become just like all of them or he'll get zeroed by the next one in line.
I'm glad you understand.
Do you need another drink?
I guess. Yeah. I'll go for, yeah. We'll do it.
Okay.
And then he'll just wave down Graves again and just like same thing, like run it back, like that kind of symbol.
And he brings you a French 75 with lime juice.
Waste no time getting it down.
Oh. Oh. Oh, what a day. What a day.
What do y'all think? Think you'll be interested in working with Rose Red again?
Yeah, I mean, I don't have too much of a choice. If she has work, then I'm taking it. So
Extra headies don't hurt, so.
Y'all just in it for the cash? Got any grand designs or anything?
I mean, I got my own
missions?
goals, but,
Oh, yeah?
well, it'd be nice to have my own clinic. Help out with Jax. You know. But takes time, takes work. And this is where the work is, so.
the eddies are worth it. He says that, but it's like there is no heart behind it. That's like the response that he would give anyone.
What's the equivalent of an insight?
Human perception.
Can I give that a go?
And Lucas, if you want to roll a persuasion.
I critted.
Oh. Uh-oh. 11 total.
25.
What would Cerveau see?
How to explain it? Basically, I think Cerveau would just pick up that he's picking up work that he doesn't really want to pick up. Like, there's like zero motivation to continue it. Maybe a little bit of regret somewhere on his face as well, or in how he said that last sentence. Yeah, just not wanting to do at all what ever Rose Red has in store.
Well, here's to the Eddies and big dreams.
Fang will raise her glass.
I'll say clinky, clinky.
As you clinky. Fang, roll me a perception check.
"12."
With a 12, you hear in a very familiar voice, one that kind of like makes your stomach sink a bit. I need to see Rogue. Brought in the equipment she asked for.
She'll freeze and just very, very carefully turn her head just enough to where she could see where that voice, like who that voice belongs to.
As you turn your head to look at where that voice came from, you see a young man with dark brown hair, red eyes that seem to glow just slightly, and a lot of chrome that is sitting on the other side of the bar. So this is like a U shape. Y'all are in this corner. That young man's over here. And he's tapping his foot very anxiously as he sits on his stool. His hands are shaking. And he just kind of like sees that and then puts them back together. And then looks at Grave.
If you're looking at Fang, you'll see her. She's frozen, eyes wide, and maybe shaking just a little bit. And she's going to very, very slowly, like trying not to draw any attention to herself. She's going to turn and like make herself as small as she possibly can, and face the opposite direction.
Is you okay? That was an abrupt change.
She's gonna peek back over. He's still standing there.
He is sitting in the chair, still like that. That leg is just constantly like bouncing, like almost like really quickly. And Graves goes up to him. It'll be a bit. She's in the middle of something right now, but I'll let her know you're here. You want anything while you're sitting there? And he just looks over at like the equipment on the back wall. I'll take a Shy Tens Inferno. Thanks. And he just immediately hands the Eddies over.
She's gonna like kind of like hide herself. So I imagine that it's Fang and then Lucas. I imagine that Lucas and Cerveau are in between Fang and Inferno.
I'm fine with that.
Okay, she's gonna turn back, but like, and look at Lucas, and just very like you can see she's visibly shook. I don't know how long I can stay here. And she starts breathing a little heavier, and then she's gonna down the rest of her drink. And then she'll kind of peek back over the shoulder and just kind of like ever so slightly barely have him in his vision, in her vision.
Can Lucas try and follow her eyes to see where she's looking?
Yeah, roll me a perception check.
Uh, 10.
Even with a 10, like you can turn around and you see who Graves is talking to. And you see a young man with dark brown hair, red glowing eyes, look like he's got a like little tick where his leg won't stop bouncing.
What, that asshole sitting right there? That's the issue?
She won't say anything.
Well, if we need to go, we can go. That's fine.
She's just kind of staring at him It's a little lost.
Then if Graves, I don't know, turns around, walks back, whatever, Lucas would try to meet eyes with Graves and just kind of, I don't know if there's a way that he can motion with his eyes, just like, what? Like, who's that?
Graves, as soon as you give any indication you might need something, has given this it's like an old fashioned with rum, cinnamon syrup, Tabasco, and a burning cinnamon stick that's in it to the guy at the end of the bar. Walks over to you, and with a crit, he does pick up on what's going on. Just a techie doing something for Rogue, I think. He's not in here very often.
You've seen him before, though?
Once or twice.
He's never caused any problems, ever, for anything?
He looks over your group. What is Fang doing?
She's like, I'd say she's... Is there a straw in her drink?
With the candy, yeah, there's a little straw.
She'd be like squeezing that straw, like white knuckling that straw, like her arm almost shaking as she just kind of looks down at the glass, or at the glass with the straw, and she's just shut down a little bit.
He looks at Lucas. I need to escort him out.
No, I'm not sure. Just, I don't know, maybe keep an eye on him.
Don't draw any attention. Not here.
Okay.
Hearing "don't draw attention," and Graves is the bartender, knows better than to stand in this corner then. So he's going to walk over to where the guy is. That way, if he looks for a drink, he doesn't look this way. And roll me a perception check.
Fang?
All of you.
$14.
I think that's
16.
I think that's like the fourth 15 I've had.
Alrighty. I'd say, you all can see it. He's kind of Graves has started moving his hands to his pockets. And he's just watching. And Cerveau with that 16. You can see the hilt of a knife just sticking out. And he's just prepared. He's got his hands in his pocket. Just watching.
Did I see the guy they're referring to?
Did you look?
Yeah, I'll look. Once I see all this.
Yeah, I'll say you can see him.
Do I recognize him?
Would you have ever gone to the short I said shit circuit. Have you ever gone to the short circuit?
You did mention earlier I'd be familiar with it. So, yeah, I think I would have.
You've probably seen him in there. This is a guy who likes to go into... So this is a tech... Or Short Circuit is a tech bar found in Little Europe. And there are booths with a bunch of tech tools that you can find, as well as a bar in the center. And that bar is actually guarded by drones to ensure nothing dangerous comes in there. And this kid gets caught a lot with things he's not supposed to bring in there.
I mean, if he's here for Rogue, he must be something.
Fucking something. And she'll go back to squeezing that straw. We don't have to stay here if... I don't know. And then her leg starts to shake. I'm gonna step outside.
You want me to run interference? Go distract him or something? I can
No,
be
no.
annoying, believe it or not.
No, stop. No. Absolutely not. And she'll get up and leave the bar.
And I think Grave, noticing that Fang is getting up, will just talk to the guy at the bar, make sure his attention is directly on Graves. And you are able to leave.
As soon as she steps outside, she's gonna, like, huge sigh. She's gonna find, like, a corner, like a hidden corner, some little alleyway or something. And she's going to, like, keel over and, like, start dry heaving.
Should we go? Is she gonna be okay?
Well, I trust that she didn't like him, whoever that asshole is. I don't know. I imagine she'll be fine, but it might be best just to go check.
Yeah, I mean, she looked pretty. She was pretty stone cold earlier today, and now she looks shook.
Usually she's composed, so this is new.
Well, I'll chug the rest of my drink and stand up.
And then to follow suit, Lucas would throw down, we'll say 3 more eddies on the bar. Put it under one of the glasses, and then follow out too.
And you all are able to head out, and Graves is still having a conversation with that guy at the counter as you all leave, and hands are still in his pocket. But you all are able to head out, and you all see Fang. Would Fang have stood up at this point, or is Fang still doubled over?
No, she'd be, like, leaning up against the wall, eyes closed, just trying to breathe.
Fang, was this he's a threat kind of uncomfortable, or just a I don't like this person kind of uncomfortable?
You remember that guy that I used to hang around with?
Yeah. Is that him?
Yep. It did not end well.
Ended poor.
He's why I changed.
That guy.
Yep.
Have you seen him since then? It was just the first time.
I've seen him around, but this is the closest I've been. I don't want him to know me.
I mean, I don't want to pry, Fang, so you tell me if this is too much, but how did it end so poorly? I mean, you changed so much.
Fucker hit me. Dealt it out of there. And he couldn't recognize me again, so I changed.
You know, he doesn't have to exist anymore. There are several ways to make that happen.
The funny thing about love is that it never really goes away.
I understand. Sorry, that might have been a bit too much.
And she'll wipe a tear. Just, I hate that he has so much control over me. Even now. It's been 2 fucking years.
It's hard to let things go. I hope you don't hold that against yourself.
Try not to, but it's not easy being kind to yourself.
Just like a smirk in the side of his mouth and just a gentle nod.
I didn't mean to ruin the festivities for tonight, Jooms. I don't know that I could go back in there right now.
That's okay. We were just there to have a drink or two, talk a little bit, and that's what we did. Mission accomplished. That's 2 successful missions today.
Yeah. And you'll see her, like, visibly, like, regain her composure, go back to the Fang that you were presented with. As you see these heavy emotions start to recede, and she puts that wall back up. She squares her shoulders. Yeah, no, yeah, I guess, can find somewhere else to party or call it. I don't know.
I mean, we got shot at by corpse and lived, and we fucked him over. I mean, that kind of rep goes a long way in this city.
I don't know if I don't know if I could let him know that, though. Then he'd know me. Well, I guess I will. I'm gonna head back. Yeah.
Do you want to
So-
ride back?
I think I'll take some air. Just take in the fresh city air.
All right,
Um,
as it can be.
yeah. And she will just she'll look at both Cerveau and Lucas. Just kind of smile and turn around and leave.
On the forecast we heard earlier today, there's acid rain in the forecast, right?
Yes, it is actually raining right now.
Oh, okay.
Just melts.
Yeah, so there is an acid rain on the forecast.
Okay.
We all die. It's over.
Great game.
But yeah, so you were able to start heading back. I'm assuming you're going to Whitechapel?
Yeah.
Alrighty. What are Cerveau and Lucas doing as Fang has now left the party?
I guess she'll be fine. I don't know her, but she looks strong.
Yeah, she'll rebound. She's done it before.
Well, I mean, like I said, Rose has got the bot. I don't know how interested you are in what's on it. I'm very interested. When someone shoots at me, I want to know why. So maybe I guess we'll be hearing soon. I don't know.
Yeah, fair enough. I think I'm gonna wait here just for a little bit. Just want to see if that kid leaves and how long it takes.
Okay. What are you gonna do to him?
I'm just gonna watch him. I'm not gonna do anything. I'm just gonna watch him.
Okay. Okay, and I smile and like start getting loud, like, have a good night, just hanging out, doing nothing as I walk away.
What, you don't believe me? I'm just gonna say, well,
Being like comical wink as I walk off towards the metro.
he'd flip Cerveau off as he's walking away.
And I just salute back.
Yeah, then Lucas would just get in his car and just wait. Kind of kick one foot up on the dash and just wait.
Alrighty. Cervo's heading towards the metro. Where's Cerveau going?
Cervo's gonna go back to Pacifica.
Alright, heading back to Pacifica, heading back to Whitechapel. I will say the two of you are able to head home without any interference. You're able to head back to your home, and we'll come right back to that. Lucas, with your foot on the dashboard, how long do you wait?
About what time was it when we left?
When y'all left, we'll say that y'all had been in there for maybe about 2 hours. So it's like 5 right now, 5:30.
Well, he has nowhere to be. He can basically live in his car, so he'd hang out for a while. I think the only thing that would get him to leave is if he decides to call it a night and go to sleep somewhere. So he'd probably just wait a while. I don't know, 1, 2 a.m.
Okay. I will say it does not take that long, as this is not this guy's scene. You see his person come out about an hour later. Still kind of like constantly fidgeting.
Does he look any different than what he did when he was in there? Like, he doesn't have any new gear on him, or
No new gear. From what it sounded like from the conversation, he was there to drop tech off. So it doesn't look like he's got anything like else, but you can do a reveal skill if you'd like.
and then also, just like what can Lucas read from his face as he's walking out too? Where's reveal?
Reveal, I think, is second.
Oh, I got it. 12.
12, okay. Yeah, you don't see anything new. You didn't really know what he had in going in. You could definitely see that he's got like a gun in his holster, like around his waist. But nothing else really stands out. And if you're trying to read his face, give me a human perception.
Oh, shit. 7.
With a 7, you don't get much. He's really jittery. Kind of looks like he was just here for a job and that was it. He seems kind of techie in nature. So he had a piece of equipment he was dropping off.
Then he's just walking down the street, or is he getting into a car, or?
He just walks.
Ooh, would that be possible? I think Lucas would follow him for a little while in his car, if that's, if that's possible, just to see where he goes. If he's constantly looking over his shoulder, like just his posture, his body language as he's going, and then where he goes.
Alrighty, roll me stealth if you're trying to follow him quietly, to where he does not notice.
Stealth. It was. Oh, there you go. 20 for stealth.
Yeah.
Was there?
Oh.
Was there anything else that I had to roll, or was it just stealth?
It was a stealth.
Okay.
So you were able to follow him pretty easily. He does not notice. It's like he's not paying you a lick attention. Like his brain is probably somewhere else. But like just like the constant fidgeting, he just continues to walk, and then he will eventually get on the metro that is headed towards Little Europe.
And how far away is Little Europe? I don't know the map super well.
Little Europe is not that far away. So you are in the upper marina, like right northeast of the old Corpo zone. Little Europe is northwest of the Corpo zone. So it's pretty much just going around that giant circle. But it's just on the other side of it. So it's not a very far drive. And roll me concentration.
Don't worry. One day, I will know where everything is.
No worries.
Okay, where's concentration?
Concentration is the very first one.
Oh! Yeah, we knew that. 12.
12. All right. So with the 12, you do know that there is a hangout for techies in Little Europe. And it's called the Short Circuit.
Okay. All right. I guess just to be certain, yeah, Lucas would drive to wherever the metro lets off, and then just follow him a little ways to see if that he would go there, and then if he does, then he'd leave him for the night.
Yeah, so you're able to follow him. You go to where the metro lets off. He gets off and goes to the Short Circuit and then goes through the door. And you see these two giant drones outside that scan him before he goes in. And this time he gets a green light that allows him to go in.
Gotcha. And sorry, was the earlier when it was mentioned that he always tries to get into places with things that he shouldn't have? Was that said out loud? Is that common knowledge, or was that something else that, like, I don't know?
Cerveau
Was that
would know
dialogue?
that. So
Okay,
yeah,
so
that was a Cerveau roll.
Okay, yeah, I wasn't sure. Okay.
Yeah, he just walks in.
All right. I guess then he wouldn't follow after that. He'd start his drive back. I don't know, park somewhere close-ish to the afterlife. Off the road, though. And then, I don't know, call it a night, I guess.
Alrighty. And before you call it a night, you do, on your normal phone, on your normal agent, get a quick, like, message from Graves. Just says, "You good?"
Yeah, I'm fine. Don't totally know what happened, Don't know if it's anything. Don't know if it's anything to worry about right now. If it is, I'll let you know.
And then just a quick response. We'll keep eye out.
Thank you.
And then your other agent dings.
Oh, fantastic. Okay.
And it's been a few hours now. And with everything that Rose Red had in her apartment, you get the sense like she's very tech savvy. And get information very quickly. And all it says, what happened to him?
He texts back. You available to talk? Can I stop by?
Takes her a few moments. But you get a yes.
Well, then he's not calling a night anymore. He's going there.
All right, go in there. And while you're heading to Rosa Red's, Fang, what you doing, honey?
So she's drenched, walking in the acid rain on her way back home.
And I will say it's not gonna hurt you in any way, but like you just need to dry off and take things off and make sure you're good, make sure your chrome's all nice and taken care of afterwards.
Okay. So she's calmed down. She's gathered herself back together again. Like halfway through her walk. And she walks in to the apartment and says hi to Jax. If he's there. Is he there?
Jax stayed up to make sure that you got back home okay. So
Okay.
even like it's 5:30, he's still up. So yeah, he's definitely here. No one's in the clinic at the moment. But what kind of vibe is Fang putting out, and would Jax notice?
Jax would notice that something happened. Mainly because she stops and looks at him. And her eyebrows knit together, kind of like as she sees someone that she trusts and loves and knows that he loves her. She just kind of breaks down.
He goes and grabs a towel that was in the dryer, wraps it around her since her clothes are soaked, and just does like the rub in the shoulders thing, and then just pulls her into a tight hug and puts his head on her, or puts his chin on her head. You want tea or you want something stronger?
Stronger.
I'll go make something. The baseball game's on tonight if you want to watch it with me.
Yeah. Yeah, that sounds good. She'll continue drying herself off. And then she'll probably head over to her room, change real quick. And then take the drink that Jax makes and sit down and watch the game.
And he's brought out like all the fuzzy blankets he could get. He's even brought out like one of Fang's old like squishies, like one of the little cuddly toys, and like put it in her seat and everything. And he's made himself a drink too, and he puts it in front of him. And you get the sense he's trying not to look like he's trying very hard not to go get his baseball bat right now and just go beat the shit out of this guy. But he's keeping his face composed, and he just sits there. He turns on the game. And he just kind of waits to see if Fang wants to talk about it. But otherwise, he will just sit there in silence and like put out the vibe of, you know, I'm here for you. I will listen. But otherwise, he's just going to be a supporting figure. Just kind of glances over every once in a while.
Probably after a few minutes, a couple sips in, she'll sigh and then just kind of mindlessly, I didn't know that it was going to feel like this. Seeing him again. So close.
Feel like what exactly?
Like I can't function. I shut down. I didn't know what to do.
Well, when somebody hurts you that bad, I don't think I feel like your brain just goes through so many things that you can't quite think of something. I don't think even cyberware could have made it to where you think properly in that situation. You've done nothing wrong.
Could I have done more? Stopped him somehow?
Stopped him from what?
From going where he did.
You tried everything you could. I don't think there was any saving that boy. You've tried everything. Some people, especially being in our line of work, we see it quite often. Their habit is a little bit more important than those that they care for.
And she will visibly like her chest will sink in when she hears that, as he didn't matter enough to overcome that.
You can't fix somebody like that, Fang. You can't. And I know that's probably not what you want to hear right now. But somebody like that ain't worth fixing either.
It's just I can't stop caring. No matter how hard I try, I can't stop.
Well, you loved him. That doesn't go away that quick. But you gotta love yourself more than him. You realize that, right?
Trying real hard.
Well, you are worth everything to me. So what do you need me to do? Because I'll do it. You just tell me what I gotta do and I'll go do it.
She'll chuckle. Just hang out with me. That's all I want.
I can do that. And he kind of gets himself situated in his chair, which is this old, it's like an old daddy lounger. You know what I'm talking about?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And he'll even toss you the remote. If you want to watch trash TV or something, we can find something else. We ain't got to watch the game tonight. I can watch a replay tomorrow.
She'll look down at the remote and she'll shrug and just set it down and say, no. It's game time. And then during halftime, or I don't know how baseball works, but during whatever break happens in baseball, she'll just fill him in piece by piece of what happened throughout the mission.
And he listens intently as you go through what happened through the mission, and his eyes just get real wide. Do we need to be on a lockdown? Not a lockdown necessarily, but do we need to be watching out for the Persona Craft people?
Fuck if I know. I've only just kind of heard about Persona Craft. But I don't know. Cerveau made it seem like this thing was heavily protected.
Well, I think anything with a corpo is pretty heavily protected, but maybe I could look into If they're a corpo, they got an office.
True. I'll have to do some research into them then. Figure out. But why was Bo there? Huh. She'll take out her agent. And she'll shoot a quick message to Bo. Why were you there?
And immediately you get back. Why was I where?
Earlier today, when I saw you.
I live there. Are you saying you want to come to my house?
She'll reply, "Girls' night?" Question mark.
I'll get the wine.
Cool. See you soon.
She sends like a little
And then-
winky face back.
Well, I'm gonna go hang out with Bo. Kind of get my mind off of things. So, yeah. Have a girls' night.
Well, I hope you enjoy your girls' night. If you need me to come get you, or if you need me to take you over there, like just let me know. Don't drive after too much wine. Is that what girls have on girls' night?
Yeah, we're having wine.
Okay. I don't think I have a bottle in the house, but if I do, you're more than welcome to take it.
I think I drank the last one, so
That makes sense.
I'll have to stop and get another one. But yeah, no, I will. I'll let you know if I'm coming home or not.
Sounds good. He stands up and he just helps walk her to the door and everything. Pulls out like an old rain jacket and gives it to Fang.
Thanks. And then she'll give him the biggest bear hug her little 5'4" body can manage as she squeezes him real tight and heads towards H10.
Nice. H11.
Oh, H11.
I did it too. I don't
Yeah.
think I want to go back to H10, but you
No.
are able to start heading back to H10. And while that's happening,
H11.
H11.
Girls' night or crime scene?
And you're
Girls'
able,
night and crime scene.
and crime scene. You're able to head to H11. And while that's happening, Cerveau, what's happening in Pacifica?
Probably another lovely night in Pacifica. Cerveau would go right back to his apartment container home. I'd go in, turn on some kind of low level of lighting, like a lava lamp or something. Seems like something he would have. On one of the side tables, there is a bottle of like low tier tequila and 2 rocks glasses. And he just goes over and he pours a little bit in each one. He picks one up and sort of clinks it with the other one still sitting there. And then he proceeds to drink both of them back to back. And say, well, there's another job well done.
And you're able to do the little clinky with that glass and take both of these shots. And your business agent is just ding, 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 as it normally is. But this time, you look at it.
Yeah, he's just going to lay down in bed and doom scroll his agent.
As you're doom scrolling that agent. Again, you have a lot of corps asking you to work for them, but one stands out this time. PersonaCraft has asked you to be a netrunner of theirs.
I'll open it.
And it's a very formal invitation. That includes, like, it's like a business offer. Asking you to come use your networking skills or net running skills for their corpo specifically.
Like an offer of employment, not just a contract?
Offer of employment.
Oh man, where did they see my resume? I don't know if they'll be so eager. Can I tell it? Is it signed by anyone? Is it who? What's the byline on there?
The byline is. It just says from the hiring manager.
I'll delete all the other ones that were coming in, but I'm going to save that one. I won't respond to it though. Or I'll dismiss all the other ones. I don't delete stuff. I probably have like 400 million in the inbox.
That stresses me out. But
Me too, but not my character.
you're able to do that and you're able to save it. Is there anything else you like to do with your evening?
Did I catch a name of the person that Fang and we all saw that made Fang so uncomfortable?
No one asked. You've seen him around, though. You might know somebody that knows him, because you used to go to the short circuit. Along with someone else.
Yeah. Don't go as much anymore. No, I'll just call it a night. Because I plan on going to see... I plan on hearing from Rose Red by the morning, and if I don't, I'm going to head that way.
Alrighty. And you're able to lounge around, go to sleep, call it a night in your tiny place in Pacifica. And while you're getting all that set up, Lucas, you're heading to Rose Red's.
Yeah. I don't know. While he's in the car, he's very deep in thought. His eyes are kind of darting around, like he's just playing through whatever this interaction would be in his head. And so then when he pulls up, can he pull up just like right in front of the door
It's
to the building?
It's a little later, so maybe not right to the front door, but you can park close as like these streets are kind of like filling up with people coming home.
Okay. Whatever the closest spot is to the door, he's gonna take that. But then also, even if it's backwards compared to how you would park on the street, he's gonna be sure his driver's side door is facing that door.
Okay, so like that way in case he can make a quick getaway.
Yeah.
All right, you're able to do that.
And then he'd go up, as he did earlier in the day. Then the same thing that he did before accepting the mission, or while walking into the room to see everyone, is he just kind of take a deep breath, just blow it out, and then knock on the door.
And Rose Red answers it. Her eyes are a little puffy. She tries not to put much emotion out there. And she's actually holding 2 beer bottles and hands you one.
A little uncomfortable and uncertain, he'll take it slowly and cautiously, but thanks.
And then she walks in and motions.
He follows.
And when you follow, all of her screens are filled with information that you don't give out freely.
You just look around at all these screens, seeing what's on it, and just heart just kind of sinks a little bit. This is more than anyone knows, I think. Well, anyone knows now.
I made a promise not to look into anything involving him. This is my job. Your information is safe with me.
Just nod his head as he opens the beer to start drinking it.
But I don't know who you are.
I don't know who you are. How long did you know him?
5, 6 years.
Was he important to you?
She really thinks about that for a second. And then she nods.
He takes that for a second.
He didn't want to leave his life. I didn't want to leave the city.
And he says this next part gently, like he's not trying to push buttons. This is like a genuine question. Would you guys often go weeks, months without talking to each other then? Seeing each other?
Yes. Again, his life was a lot different than mine.
I mean, you know this now, but he's already been gone for a few months.
She takes in that deep breath, blows it out, and then just kind of puts her hands over her face as she leans forward. Yep, just found that out.
Well, Laz and I were out. You know him. I mean, he's very careful. You know, he did what he needed to do, got out, rarely took extra risks when he was working. I convinced him to have a night out. He and I never got to do that. It was always business at home, so the one time we're out on our own, just trying to be brothers, whatever, however you can do that normally. Rival family found out, jumped us, took him out. So that's what happened.
And when you tell her that, it's almost like her eyes are just putting pieces together, trying to put things where things belong, trying to make sense of something. Roll me a human perception.
Yeah, we can make that work. Human perception. -1.
No, you don't. You just know, like, it's almost like you tell her that and just, it's almost like she zones out. Are you able to go about the city as normal? Are you able to go about the city without having to worry about anything like that?
I mean, so far so good. I did it a little before him, and I've done it for about, 2 months now without him, so I haven't had any issues so far.
And then she looks you dead in the face. That sounds like an organized hit.
Yeah. Yeah, it does. we tried to get this rival family. We long history with them, very familiar. Sad to say this wasn't shocking. Tried to get them back, and we did, but it doesn't change anything.
She takes a long chug of the beer that she's currently holding. Well, if you want to get even, more so, you can count me as an ally.
All right. I don't look at it so much as getting even, more as just trying to end it. Put so much skin in the game and lost so much skin. Just, I want to be done. Not trying to get even anymore.
She nods.
Whatever form that takes of ending it, I mean, there's nothing I wouldn't do, but it's been a lifelong thing, and I'm tired of it.
What is the name of this group that you're having so much issues with?
They're the Zykovas. Did I pronounce that right?
You did.
Yes.
She very quickly writes that name down. I'll start getting to work.
So you may have a leg up. Their leader, it's Triple X Bing. He goes by X. And I think you told me where about their home or their base is.
Yes, right? I did.
Okay, and he would explain that to Red as well. I mean, if there's a map, you'd point it out, but just try to explain it.
All right, and she takes very detailed notes. And then goes immediately to her monitors and starts typing up things, and you start seeing screens pop up, similar to what you walked in on, of all the information she had looked up on him. She starts pulling up things on Zykovas and anything she can find on Bing. I can send you the information whenever I get it. He had a few things in the guest room if you want to grab them out of the closet. You're more than welcome to. If not, you can leave them here.
Freeze for a second and just give a very subtle nod and kind of slowly walk his way to where the closet is. What's inside? What is there?
You find an old jacket of his that has your tribe name on the back. He's got a pair of old boots. Kind of like just a quick change of clothes. Would you rummage through any of that?
Yeah. Yeah. He would... Anything else of Laz's that might be there, he'd take. He'd kind of start to... He'd start taking the jacket, if it's on a hanger, he'd take the hanger off. And just look at it for a second. And he'd put it back and leave the jacket.
Do you look through any of the pockets as you were going through this? Yeah.
Of the jacket? Yeah.
You find an old, one of his old wallets.
Okay.
And you find an old, folded photograph that he keeps.
When you open it?
And when you open the folded photograph, it is of him and you when y'all were younger. One of the only ones that you have, but he kept it in the pocket like the chest pocket. And on the back of it, it says, "Make a better life for him."
That's sad as shit. And he just yeah, he'd look at the photograph for a little while. Yeah, it's almost like he just like zone out and just like focus on the photograph for a while. He's not like, his eyes are probably getting a little red, but he's not letting anything show. But it's, yeah. Then he'd, after a little while, fold the photo back up, throw it into his coat, same pocket. Yeah. Anything else that's left to still grab, you do that and then start making his way back out.
And as you make your way back out, she has not left that computer. Like, just random screens are popping up, any kind of interviews, like people talking, like all kinds of things. And you get the sense that this woman used to be a very good media. This being a fixer is not where she started. And she doesn't even pay attention as you leave.
Yeah. As Lucas is leaving, he like open the door and just kind of stand in the doorway for a second, look back, act as if he's about to say something, but just not, and then eventually walk out.
All right. And you're able to head out. Is there anywhere else you're going for this evening, or are you calling it a night?
Calling it a night. You drive somewhere a little further away. I mean, maybe just like down a block or two to like in an alley or something to park and call it there.
Alrighty, and you're able to call it a night, and it looks very as safe as an alley is going to get. But you look like you'll be undisturbed for this evening. As you get ready for bed and all that good stuff, Fang, heading for girls' night with Bo. You're able to make it H11, and Bo is already like waiting for you at the door. She's in her pajamas.
Hi, Bo.
Hi. What are we watching? Trash TV? Please tell me we're watching trash TV. Let's go.
Oh, yeah, trash TV. For sure. For sure.
Oh, I'm so excited. And she just makes her way. And her little flippers are really fuzzy. They're very pink. This woman loves pink with every bit of her soul. And she takes you up to floor 13. And you're able to walk into Bo's home. And Bo's home is... It's I don't want to say it's simple. It is definitely not simple, not with this woman. There are violins covering the walls. There are records of, like, she used to like Johnny Silverhand. She's got Johnny Silverhand records, samurai records. She's even got like a samurai jacket on the wall. Everything in here is like really bright and fun and pink. She's even got a pink rug. And she's got the TV already set to a trash TV station.
I honestly don't know what I was expecting. And she just kind of waves around. This is so you.
It is, isn't it?
Very, very cute.
Very demure.
And Fang, is Bo holding the wine?
Oh yeah, and she's making her way to go get wine glasses and is pouring 2 wine glasses. One for you, one for her. And she gives you a glass and takes that bottle.
Fang is she's gonna down that glass of wine. Just straight up.
Bo looks at you and then hands you the bottle.
Yeah, and then she will take another swig.
And you are able to take that swig, and like this was nice. This was great. Having a girls' night, and she is just gonna make her way to the couch, tap the couch seat next to her,
she'll go sit.
Okay, you can't come into my house just chugging wine like that and not tell me what's going on. And she gives like your cheek a little pinch. What's going on?
So, and then she will start with when she was 18, when she met Inferno for the first time, tell the whole story, and then skip to seeing him now at Afterlife. And just kind of what happened and how it kind of messed up her game.
Don't let some fucker like that ruin your game. You were so pretty for that. We can go fuck him up if you like. I know people.
I love that everyone is willing to fuck him up for me.
Well, we don't like gonks like that.
I want him to get better. And I can't not think that. But you're right. He shouldn't have this much control over me. And she'll finish the bottle of wine.
Don't let anyone make you their puppet.
She'll kind of like the wine, I think, would hit. And she will kind of like, very kind of like little drunky. You ever heard of Persona Craft?
It's a corporation.
Oh no, it was really weird. I got given a job. Found this, not a cyborg, but something. It said Persona Craft on it. And then we had to drop off the goods. Whoever this guy wanted, or person, I don't know who they are, honestly. But it was very weird. Very weird. Don't know what to do about that. We kind of took it though. I have it. Well, I don't have it, but we have it somewhere. And I'm gonna dig into it.
She keeps a very composed face as you're telling her all this. A little bit more composed than what you're used to Bo being. Well, if we learn anything from, the samurai, we don't fuck around with corpos. I'd stay away from that. Because fuck execs, right? And she kicks her legs back and puts her feet on the table and she just starts drinking her wine. And then she turns on something extremely smutty on the TV for trash TV.
Fang will laugh. She'll kick back. Fuck execs. And then she'll start talking about Grave.
Oh, fuck Grave too. Okay. As you two are able to start talking about Grave. As you know, Bo's lifestyle.
One day.
Oh, okay, you gotta give me more deets. I want more deets. I need the deets.
And she'll explain what he looks like, what their interactions were, and that the whole Inferno thing happened before she could do anything else about it.
So Inferno is not only a dick, he's a cock block. Got it.
Yep. A real Venus.
Yeah, we don't like them Venuses, do we? Would it be Venus or Beanie?
You know, I was literally just thinking, Benai?
Beanie.
Did not Venuses? I don't know. Venus.
We're gonna make a song out of this. This is gonna work.
Gonna credit me on that.
Oh, 100%. You could play something. I could teach you how to play violin.
Sure. Why not?
And I mean, if violin isn't your fancy, Score's got guitar. Clef has the bass. Set does drums.
I could bang some shit out. That sounds
Yeah.
fun.
Yeah, you need to talk to Set about that.
Yeah, if she'll talk to me at all.
She's just a shy little one. She's just so cute though, and she's like doing like the pinching of the cheeks, motion and everything. And you two are able to have girls' night and talking about pretty boys, pretty girls, pretty anybody, and how smutty things are. And it's with your wine. She brings out another bottle eventually. And would Fang stay here or would Fang head back home to Whitechapel?
Well, seeing as how she's been drinking, she would probably I think she'd be torn.
And Bo, we'll put it out there. You can cuddle with me or you can cuddle with the couch or we can just call you a cab back home, whatever you want to do.
You know, yeah, I think I'll head home. This was great though. We need to do this again.
My door is always open.
Okay. Good. It's a cute door.
Oh, it's such a cute door. And then she would give you like a kiss on your forehead, kiss on your cheeks, give you a little squish. Let me know when you get home.
Will do. Thank you so much.
I got you. She gives you a wink and then she starts making a phone call for a cab for a Delamain to come pick you up.
Delamain. All right, and she'll wait, make conversation until Delamain shows up, and she'll get in Delamain and head back home. And she'll shoot Jax a message saying I'm coming home. See you soon.
Alrighty. And Delamain is just very easily talking to you as you head back home in that like grayish skin with the blue lipstick showing up on the screen. And you're able to head it back to Whitechapel, and Jax has the door unlocked ready for you to come home. He has like a little bottle of synth water ready for you whenever you come through the door, just in case. And he's sitting there watching his baseball game. Is there anything else you'd like to do before you go to sleep?
I don't think so. She'll probably just, pleasantries to Jax, grab the water, and then just go to bed.
Alrighty. And you all are able to head to sleep after a long, long day. Probably one of the longest y'all have had in a little bit. And there are no long rests. If you got hurt, you have to take rest for whatever your body score is how much HP you gain per day.
And that just means like low activity.
Low activity. But you all are able to get some rest. Some of your wounds have been mended, so maybe they'll heal a little better in like the next few days. You all have been awarded improvement points for our first session. I will calculate some more improvement points for you for this session as well. And then you can start spending them. But that is where we're going to call today's session.
Not a cliffhanger, just a calm night. I like
Just
it.
a calm girl's name.
Yeah.
I won't get used to it.
No drama. No, it was nice.
Very demure.
Thank you so much for watching Session 2 of Homomachina. Session 3 will be out on October 18th. If you enjoyed, please make sure to check out our players' social media accounts as well. You can find those links in the description below. And lastly, if this is the kind of content you enjoy, please press that like button, subscribe, ring that bell. That way you get notified when episode 3 comes out. We'll see you later, chooms.